Yo, 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 what is going on? Much love, Shell Nation, the Mikey verse, the Cool Table family. Much love to everybody in the building, yo. This is gonna be such a phenomenal stream. I can't wait to get to it. Y'all could be anywhere else in the world right now, but you're here with us, rocking out, and we appreciate you, right? Much love to everybody in the chat. Yo, we're gonna get through the housekeeping. Then I'm gonna bring on the first of the panel, right? The special guest of the evening. Saying can't wait to get to it. Let's get caught up in the chat real quick. We got R Dykes in the chat. We got the homie Stocks in the building. We got Mr. Wayne, Bat Dan, right? Lucas Ironside, Havoc, Steppenwolf, Mama Bear. Thank you so much for being here, Mama Bear. You know it's always a pleasure whenever you are in the building. I saw your piece from this morning, or yeah, that was from this morning with the mushroom little hat thing going on. That was crazy good. Such a beautiful piece. Thank you so much, Mama Bear. You are fantastic, right? We got Havoc, Lucas Ironside, Steppenwolf, Snyder Queen in the building. What's going on, Snyder Queen? How you feeling, Sammy? Much love to the Trinity out there, the Creed, right? We got Jimmy Santiago in the building. What's going on, Jimmy? Zero, right? Yo, much love, everybody. You guys are all amazing, and thanks for popping in here tonight, right? As you guys know, we're on the road to 1K. Mikey keep upping the ante. I'm losing track of everything that we're even offering now, right? If we get to 1,000 subscribers by May 23rd, we are going to have a all bomb show live stream where Mikey will be letting you guys in on some of that backstage goodness, right? And there will be two winners out of the subscribers that will win a signed first run number 1 edition of Dreamwalker, right? Signed by Mikey Sutton. So two people will get that. There'll be one winner that gets an autographed version of issue number 3 that will be signed by myself, Sil Abdul, Mikey Sutton, Noel Leon Flores, right? And that is the issue that is the first appearance of myself and some other characters that you've been hearing about in the lead up to this thing. So this might be worth something one day. This comic book is being adapted into a television series. So, yeah. And there will also be one more winner that's getting like some secret stuff that Mikey hasn't even told me what we're doing yet. Right. So yes, be sure to be subscribed, right? Smash that like button and all that good stuff, right? As you guys know, we are rocking with the hashtag sales via JL, hashtag sales Snyderverse to Netflix, which we will be getting to that in 1 second because we got a big update. But I want to get the homie on the panel before I show you guys some of that stuff. To make sure that you are using the rules of engagement, right? Which is be positive. Don't mix the hashtags with any other ones, just those two. And do not tag, mention, quote, tweet, reply to, or, anything like that, James Gunn, or anybody over at WBD. We're having a new conversation over with Netflix, and what we've been doing has been seeming to be working. So let's make sure that we're using these hashtags the right way. Make sure that you are following at ZSJL to Netflix official Twitter, right? They have been giving out a lot of pertinent information. And there's also a ZSJL to Netflix official YouTube too, right? So be on the lookout. We got 505 Trending Day coming up, right? So, there's a lot of things that are in the workings, right? And make sure that you guys save the date 4/28 as well. Save the date 4/28. That's mine. So much love. But let's get to the show because I want to bring this panel member on. As you guys know, I kind of been teasing this for the last few days. I was like, yo, I'm about to really unload on this topic, and I'm gonna have a special guest, right? Y'all know, whenever I have this person on, we talking big talk, right? I don't just go to this well for no reason. You know what I'm saying? So, as you guys know, this man's been monumental in the release the Snyder Cut movement, right? And just ever since then, just been such a pillar for our community, man. And if you guys read the interview that I had with comicbookmovie.com, which is posted down in the description, I gave this man a shout out. I had to make sure that I showed him just some love because he's been so monumental behind the scenes in not only this movement, but for me personally too, as well. So much love to the big homie, bringing him in. Peely Swain, aka Mr. Wes Ashley, 843. What's going on, homie? How you feeling?
Oh yeah, Wes. How's it going, man? How's it going?
Hey, I'm feeling great, bro. How you feeling, man? Good. Feeling good.
Feeling good. Yep.
Glad to have you back on the platform, bro.
Yeah, man. I'm happy to be here, bro. I always love reading y'all's chat. I get stuck in here reading. All y'all are cool, man. So I'm happy to be on the show and fuck with y'all for a little while.
For sure. Yeah, man. We had some monumental. It was kind of cool. Hey, look, see, they was over here guessing, right? It's like Peely, right? Yeah. Mr. West, Mr. West Ashley, right? Hey, yeah, the chat is loving it, man. Hey, shout out to Necron. You know what I'm saying? This syndicate, subscribe or die. Those dudes killing it. Right? The power of Christ compels you, right? Right, yeah. Oh man. Hey, hashtag go deep. Y'all already know what's up.
Hell yeah.
Make sure that you subscribe to Go Deep TV, right? Man, I saw your video on the Adam 22 stuff, man. That was pretty dope, bro.
And into it, bro. I always say that, and then I don't, because I look at it like this, y'all are doing such a great job, bro. I don't have to really do shit no more, and that's what I wanted the whole time. Y'all boys are doing such a good job. I come in the room and I check see what's going on and shit like that, but y'all killing it, bro. I really don't even have to make videos no more like that, Did Obi-Wan give up? My opinion, did Obi-Wan give up in
oh my!
You talking about when he disappeared like that?
No, he talking about when did Obi-Wan give up on Anakin in the sequel trilogy, right? The one with Ewan McGregor.
Oh, did he give up and just let him go to the dark side after he fucked him up? Man, that's a good question. Man, Anakin was too ratchet back then, bro. He had to give up, bro. He had to.
Right? That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, this dude killed younglings, bro. Like, we're going to act like that didn't happen, bro. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Much, bro. He had to. I can't hang around with knuckleheads like that either, bro. But Darth Vader is still, between him and Batman, probably the best characters ever, bro. So it's like he had to go through that shit. Yep. Oh, what's going on, Santiago?
Right. Please. Yeah, he said Peely is the man, right? Yeah.
Yeah, appreciate it. Nice dog on that picture, bro.
Right. Yeah. Yo, man, Peely, I just got the bat signal shown in the air. Leon will be here in a few, you know what I'm saying? But let's get to it, Joe. Peely.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, man, yo, this has been a long time coming, Peely, this conversation, yo, because I'm not sure if you're aware, Peely, right? But recently, James Gunn confirmed, right, that there's been talks of this Marvel versus DC crossover, right? And that, it would probably be years down the line, but, he would be lying if he said that he hadn't spoken to both sides, right? Now, Peely. I've been part of this fandom for a long time. I've been hearing the people such as yourself kind of be yelling this from the rooftops like years ago, right? That this is what was happening. You know what I'm saying? Right? Like they've been people, yo, if like as long as I've been watching you, I've been seeing you say like, yo, this is what is gonna come. Like this is all about this crossover, right? And people calls you crazy, saying that you ain't know what you're talking about, right? You know, and all these things. But yet here we are down this line, right? And we're at a point now where it's confirmed that this has been going on. So first, how do you feel to be vindicated by this, right? Because you know, I've been hearing you say this like for the longest time.
Hey, bro, tweet your apology to Mr. West Ashley 843 if you have talked shit, because like I say, bro, before I was even in this movement, and you know, we talked about it. My kids said this shit, bro. Like, you know what I mean? That was their first video. What blew them up?
Two kids in the camera.
Kids in the camera, bro. It was like little kids, and they're like, blah blah blah, and we got a mole in the hole, and all this bullshit like that. But they were right, you know, and it was, it was obvious, bro. Like Jeff Johns, Kevin Feige, all this shit like that. But you remember around the time when they were doing like expendable movies, or you know, like movies they have like Arnold Schwarzenegger, Rambo, Dolph Lundgren, all of these super people in the movie, you know,
yeah.
or like NBA teams will have super teams, you know, and shit
yeah.
like that. Bro, it only makes sense if you have a DC Marvel crossover, right? Now look at it. They're telling the same exact fucking story. Some evil shit comes from space, and Tony Stark's and Batman, two regular dudes that just has corporations, got to team up with the gods, Thor, Wonder Woman, blah blah blah, and stop this evil shit from outer space, whether it's Darkseid or Thanos. They're telling the same story, bro.
And now they're both doing multiverse shit at the same time too, right?
Right, definitely. But see, man, it's like hard to explain. Like we think they're making movies just to make like box office money, right? We think, oh man, they're making a Superman movie and they're gonna do so good at the box office, but they don't really care about money like that, bro. They're making a movie to tell you a story. You know, they just put Superman in it because they know you're gonna watch it because Superman is in it, right? So let's say this big, you know, evil space creature, Thanos or Darkseid or AI in our real world, you know, all of the shit from the movies to your real world. Oh, there's a new threat coming to the world as artificial intelligence. You know what I mean? And the corporations, LexCorp, fucking Wayne Enterprises, fucking Starks, you know, and they're the guys, the corporations are playing with it, right? So now in our real world, we see fucking Elon Musk, corporation, SpaceX, Tesla, playing with this AI technology that's coming to the planet. So now they got to put characters to make you watch that story, bro. Let me give you Wonder Woman. Let me give you Hulk. Let me give you this. So you're going to watch that story. So every corporation, whether it's Warner Brothers, Disney, Universal, Sony, whatever, they're going to tell you that same story. How not let's get the most views on this story by putting all of the superheroes in one. Of course they're gonna do that, bro. Or they're gonna try to do that. Like that's why Snyder. I know this is a long answer. That's why Snyder got.
Oh no, go ahead.
That's why Snyder got ejected, bro. Because look at this.
Yeah.
Listen to this. His movies were so good, Marvel couldn't do that. So it'll be like Zack Snyder shit will make Marvel shit look like stupid. You know, like they couldn't cross over with Zack shit because they couldn't keep up. They tried to copy his shit so much, but they have to cross over with some corny shit, some James Gunn shit, because they can keep up with that shit. They couldn't be in a Zack Snyder movie. You couldn't see Loki in a fucking
you couldn't. You couldn't.
It wouldn't even look right. Plus, Zack Snyder is telling us this story that I'm mentioning. That is in our regular day. He's telling you this shit. Christopher Nolan tells you this shit. Nobody at Disney tells you this shit. So they have to come and put them together. You know what I mean? They have to. It's just no way about it. But I don't think it's gonna work. I don't think it's gonna happen because it's either really Zack or nothing. And we've all seen that by now. James Gunn can't do shit. All right, maybe Ben Affleck can compete in this level, but it's either Zack or nothing, bro. So all these comic book movies, all these shit that y'all got planned and y'all want to do this, or if y'all don't have Zack Snyder involved, that shit ain't gonna work, bro. People have already seen the best. We're not gonna take anything less than that, you know? So I think that was the whole thing about it. We got to get Zack Snyder out of here because we just can't compete with that fucker, you know? We just can't compete with him. So let's make some shit up. Let's fuck up his life and get him the fuck out of here, bro. You know, because why would Warner Brothers step down, bro? Let's look at this. Them boys had Kevin Costner in that bitch, fucking Hans Zimmer, fucking
Russell Crowe. Dude, they had Will Smith, Ben Affleck, right. Lawrence Fishburne, Margot Robbie, bro. Right. They had James Wan. They had Rick Famuyiwa, bro. Right. Like they had like Diane Lane, right? Amy, it was Adams, all these like top tier. You know what I'm saying? Like, David Ayer, who had at that point was coming off of writing Training Day and all that, right? Like, so, I mean, come on now, yo. Right. Like, the fact that that Warner Brothers or whoever, right, has there's been several opportunities throughout this timeline where they have had a chance to really compete or put a dent in what Marvel was doing. And they punt it every time. So if I'm watching a football game and there's this team that's winning, and every time the other team is about to come back, they punt on 3rd and 3.
Right.
I'm gonna start thinking that this game is rigged after a while. Right.
I'm a Buffalo Bills fan. Buffalo versus Cincinnati. 3rd and 3. We going 40 yards bombs. I'm like, bro, are y'all cheating? Are y'all losing on purpose? But that's exactly what DC did. They had everybody, bro. Not even Deathstroke. We didn't even talk about Deathstroke coming, or fucking Lex Luthor or all of that shit, bro. They had everybody. Jesse
Eisenberg, bro. Right. Oh my God. Michael
Shannon, bro. Like we said at the same time, like what? Marvel didn't have nothing to compete with that, bro. Not even close. Bro, we talking about Kevin Costner. Who in Marvel's universe is on that level right there? Nobody. Hans Zimmer. If you go to inspirational videos on TikTok or Instagram, they be Hans Zimmer in the background music, bro. That motherfucker was doing Zack Snyder shit. You know what I mean? Marvel could not. It's like they were like, yo, the only way we can beat these guys if we tell Jordan to sit down.
Facts.
That's what they did. So Jordan, look at The Rock. The Rock is a big character, right? He's probably bigger than Zack Snyder in the zeitgeist of Hollywood, right? But
absolutely,
his movie,
The Rock, bro. They had The Rock, right? He signed on, bro.
Right, but look at his.
Don't you remember that it was that little? Oh, real quick. If you remember, there was that little arms race almost, right? As to who was going to sign The Rock. Mm-hmm. Was he going to go to Marvel or was he going to go to DC? When he signed with DC, Like that shit caused a massive wave of excitement.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
So
right. So
that's absolutely true. Go ahead.
So that's what I'm saying. Look at and even his movie Black Adam, all that slow motion shit, all that like 360-degree shit. That's all Zack Snyder shit, bro. That's all. They're trying to be like Zack Snyder. Or if you remember that WandaVision shit
Oh
where
my God, that was crazy.
like a complete scene from Zack
They
Snyder.
took a whole fight sequence from Man of Steel.
Right. Look at, but even before that, remember how Marvel's movies, remember that fight when they were in the airport? Remember how stupid that looked? And then like later, when they started stealing Zack Snyder shit, now they got Thanos and all the green screen coming, and the big ending fight was so Zack Snyder-ish. But before y'all was in the airport looking like I made that shit, bro. Looking like one of my you know what I mean? But now y'all got the green screen and the whole team, bro, they had to stop the Dream Team so they could get that business, bro. It was like a not a merger, but an acquisition. Like Disney wanted to get that shit, so Disney couldn't do it if the Dream Team was gonna stump on your Avengers shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yo, because look.
Shit, bro. No, that's just what I'm saying. And bro, we ain't even talk about Dark Side on the big screen yet. That would have stumped on everything, bro. You know what I mean? It would be no Marvel if we would have seen Dark Side on the big screen. There would be no Thanos. So that's what they did. So they sabotaged that shit. DC allowed it, bro. Since day one, bro.
This is day one. Yo, shout out to everybody that's gonna be in the building for Full Circle, because they're gonna get to see Dark Side in its full glory in IMAX. So I'm happy for everybody that's gonna get to go to that. You know what I'm saying? For real. Hold up, but real quick, we got another guest popping in. You know what I'm saying? Making an appearance. We got the homie. Batman's in the building. What's going on, Leon? How are you feeling, sir?
Man, I'm feeling like some truth is being revealed. Today is the day for truth, as it were.
Hell yeah!
Appreciate you, Mr. West Assy Peely, coming through.
No problem, bro. I'm glad you came on, dog. I see you talking the most in that chat room, so fuck it. I'm glad. I really want to tell y'all boys how happy I am for y'all, because, bro, to see like how y'all operate like a real team, like a real crew. Like one person doing this, one person doing that, one person gonna make some videos, one person gonna keep the chat straight, one person gonna do the Twitter shit. And y'all know that's what y'all gonna do. That's what I really like. It ain't none of this shit like, oh, bruh, I was around you since '83, so I started the Watchmen too. Like, bitch, shut the fuck up. None of that shit, bro. That's what I like, bro. I was in every chat room with you, so I started the Watchmen. Bro, shut the fuck up, bro. That's what I like.
Right.
None of that shit, bro. Y'all don't got none of that. And
none of the clout.
Right, none of that shit, bro. And that's what I like to see with y'all crew. So when y'all get some gains, y'all get some wins, or y'all blow up, man, it's good to see that that's the right crew doing that shit, bro.
Yeah, definitely. Like the Syndicate Network has been like so key, man. Like, and even with the name change, it kind of like labeling it, something that we felt was organic and right for it. It's just been amazing to be a part of, and we're gonna keep this thing going and push it to new heights. But what up though, Leon? How you feeling, sir?
Man, I'm ready to get into this piece by piece, detail by detail, you know what I'm saying, from the jump, from the beginning, taking it all the way back to pre-Man of Steel, if we will, if we can, if we want, you know what I'm saying? But just give me one moment.
Oh, all right, cool. But yeah, Peely, I want to go back to those early days though, right? Because even Zack kind of said outwardly, publicly, right? He's like, hey, he kept hearing that there was a desire to kind of copy what Marvel was doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even back in those Man of Steel days, right? And he was one of the only people saying, no, we should do something different, right? So I kind of take that, especially now, I take that as he was probably one of the only people that was saying, yo, let's not do this crossover. That sounds to me like everybody was probably trying to push towards that crossover, maybe,
Right.
so that there was already an attempted kind of shifting of the tone to match what they were doing, so that eventually one day the transition could be smooth to kind of have this crossover. And I think
Right.
I think it's very interesting that like so soon after the official like um exit of Henry Cavill, which kind of signaled the end of the Snyderverse in WBD's eyes, right? So soon after that, now we're already hearing about this crossover, right? When it was probably been being talked about much, much longer. You already know that once we start hearing about this, they've been talking about this for God knows how long, right? So
They were probably talking about that shit pre-Man of Steel, like
oh yeah, we got to get Leon's take on that because he has an interesting take. So, but go ahead though.
Oh, I'm back, but I'm gonna go ahead and cook, Peely.
All right, word. So hold on, real quick. Have y'all boys been to Charleston? Yeah.
Oh my God, no.
I had to ask. I had to say that. But
Hey, that's gonna have to be a trip, bro, for real.
No,
you
I'm dead.
keep showing us too much Charleston.
By the end of 2023,
Charleston.
real talk.
Charleston.
Hey, well then I'm there.
That's all I gotta say is Charleston, bro. That's it. But back in the day, remember Christopher Nolan was kind of with Zack Snyder. He kind of brought him in, right? And then it was Jeff Johns still trying to get some of his shit done. And then so Jeff Johns is probably like real tight with Feige. Feige was doing his thing, probably, getting off the ground, and they were going to give Zack Snyder a chance to bomb or probably fail with Man of Steel, like that other previous Superman movie did before Man of Steel, right? So each person is probably waiting in line for the next one to fail, So Zack didn't fail. Man of Steel was like, oh shit. And everybody probably saw that shit, was like, oh fuck. So then it was BVS. And then you see all the hate come out against Zack, or people always hated Zack, but then you see all this shit like, oh, that Martha scene sucked and blah blah blah, all this like media shit. But we know now that it could just be Jeff Johns fueling his cronies in the media, telling them little bullshit, right? So Jeff Johns was probably stabbing Zack in the back every way he was going, because he was just too legendary, bro. It is what it is, dog. He was too legendary. BVS was too legendary. Man of Steel was
too legendary.
It was Zack Snyder. But then what Zack Snyder got that nobody else got, look at his fans, bro. His fan club online is too fucking legendary. You know what I mean? So they had to.
For sure.
They made up so much shit to get him out of there, so they could do the Jeff Johns shit. I mean, it's James Gunn shit. So like we were talking the other day how we say maybe James Gunn put out those little pedo tweets on purpose, so it could look like Disney fired him. He can go get a new job over here and blah blah blah. But then he went back over to Disney, so he's been like a little double agent probably the whole time. Jeff Johns been probably a double agent the whole time. Zack Snyder has just probably been working through that shit. And while he's going through that shit, he had the family tragedies, but bruh been hitting half-court shots, dog. And it was just like, what happened? They say they knew they wanted a merger after Christopher Nolan left. So then they say, all right, let's see what Zack Snyder can do. Whatever, we'll watch him. Give him a game or two to see what he can do. Bro, Zack Snyder came out there, started hitting half-court shots, bro. And they were like, oh, shit, bro. Yeah, get this nigga the fuck out of here. And that's what happened. That's what happened. That's, like, we can make up all these excuses and, you know, corporate espionage, this, and this. They fucked up the DCEU because, you know, they wanted that shit. They wanted Batman movies. They wanted a Batman character to put in their movies. They wanted Superman for them. They wanted Green Lantern for them. They wanted Darkseid for them. But Zack Snyder did it first and better. So they had to sabotage that food, bro. You know? And it's been going on probably since day one, dog. Before day one.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
For sure. I see we got the homie Decide in the building, so y'all already know what that means real quick, you know.
Steppenwolf, have you begun the conquest?
Right. Hey, y'all make sure y'all smash that like button. You know what I'm saying? Jimmy said Jeff Johns was the mole. Hey, look, speaking of Jeff Johns, I want to get Leon's take on this, right? Because I know Leon's chomping at the bit to get to this, even like the pre-Man of Steel talk, right? So, you know, let's get to it. What are you thinking, Leon?
Yeah, I think a lot of the things that we've already discussed right now, Peely himself, etc., they've been kind of spot on, and some of it, in my opinion, is kind of like circling around the deeper, you know, machinations of it all. So, okay, taking it back, and I'm sure people have heard me say a little something of this in the past, because I'm always, you know, eager to reveal the real. So my unique perspective is, I kind of knew a guy. Not even kind of, I fucking knew a guy. An associate of mine who owned a very famous comic book shop where I'm from. You know, real popular, poppin' ass comic book shop. Like this was like a rock star fucking shop. It was very organic, very mom and pops, but very rock star like, you know what I mean? Like we had top writers and top artists come through from the likes of Shane Davis, Mark Waid, Jim Lee. Like we've seen them all come through. We've had Gerard Way. He's also, I forgot what band he's in, but he's also the creator of Umbrella Academy. Like this comic book shop was the shit popping. You know what I mean? COVID changed a lot of that, but pre that, it was amazing. And we're talking pre-Man of Steel days, right? So this associate had or has, I don't know if they still connect. At that time, he had Jeff Johns' number. And so he liked to kind of show that off, right? So he would literally call Jeff Johns and he'd be on speaker. And I'd hear certain things, right? Myself and others. And this was around the same time that Jeff Johns was always in articles discussing how DC characters should just be strictly solo. Because you remember, this is around the time that the solo acts of the different Avengers movies were coming out, different, you know, like Cap, Hulk. Well, not even Hulk. Cap. Yeah, it was Hulk too.
Yeah,
Cap,
yeah,
Hulk. Yeah. I forget because you know they don't do shit with Hulk anymore. But Cap, Hulk, Iron Man. You know, all these different things, and then the Avengers comes out, right? And at that same year, The Dark Knight Rises came out. There was a lot of bubbling going on of what is DC gonna bring after The Dark Knight Rises. The first try for that was, and I'm not gonna go too deep into the weeds, but the first try with that was the writer's strike version of Justice League, right? Justice League Mortal. We know what happened of that, right? And this is that predates the Avengers and Iron Man, if I'm not mistaken, right? Fast forward through all the Avengers stuff, fast forward through The Dark Knight Rises, And Jeff Johns in several interviews talking about how DC should stay solo. DC should stay solo, while also kissing the ass of Kevin Feige. And always talking about how Kevin Feige and him were roommates and how they were cool and how they were chummy and they used to go out and go on double dates and, whatever. He let the whole world know just how much of a fan he was of Kevin Feige and how he, through his being a part of Richard Donner's crew, Jeff Johns, got into Hollywood, so to speak. That was always in the back of his mind, being a comic book guy who can break into Hollywood. Because just like I think Mikey said one day, and I 100% agree, these comic book artists and writers, a lot of them are just trying to break into Hollywood because that's where the money is. And a lot of them don't really respect comics the way that the old school people did. But anyway, I digress. Jeff Johns, and I emphasize this solo thing because it really speaks to him being what do I want to call a corporate guy. He'll go with whatever the corporate line is, and the corporate line at the time was a big ass question mark because they didn't know what they wanted to do with these characters. But like Sky said a little bit ago, these things occur. They don't occur in a vacuum. They occur months and years ahead of time because there's contract signings that need to be done in negotiations. Meanwhile, at the same time, Zack Snyder and Christopher Nolan got together after Warner Brothers commissioned Superman out of Christopher Nolan, right? So it's Chris Nolan, David Goyer, and they really wanted him to take on Superman. And he said, I'm going to go to my boy Zack. He's the only guy capable of this shit, to be honest. In an interview, I'm paraphrasing, he pretty much said, this guy's visionary, and I can only see him bringing this story to life. Because I'm not saying Christopher Nolan has limitations, but Christopher Nolan knows he's a more grounded guy. He looked at Zack as a guy who's grounded.
He couldn't even understand how to do a Superman movie. I think that was something that he kind of, like, he literally said he couldn't wrap his head around doing a Superman movie. He literally said that. So
pretty much, it was like he could do the blueprint of what the story could be, but as far as like the details that matter that only a Zack Snyder would be able to see, right? Like flight, super strength, other abilities like the ability to speak to his father when he's dead in Batman vs Superman that went over everybody's head, right? His very own Fortress of Solitude would be him speaking to the other side of the veil, talking to his father about a story that he had never heard, right? Just cool shit like that where he's tapping into the lore and mythology of Superman. Christopher Nolan saw that in Zack, right? While at the same time this is happening, you got Jeff Johns saying, oh, DC will just be solo. It's very interesting, right? He's speaking for DC movies while at the same time knowing damn well that these projects are happening. Zack Snyder gets interviewed and he's like kind of giving a shoulder shrug of, I don't know, we'll see. For right now, we're focused on Man of Steel, knowing damn well he put a shit ton of Easter eggs and he was already being asked about Batman before Man of Steel even came out, right? So Man of Steel drops. We know what happened. It did a lot of money. It got a lot of profit. It wasn't until after that movie, it was actually during that movie, because Christopher Nolan, he had pretty much a lockout for Zack Snyder. He told Zack, and he helped Zack, and he said, basically, I'm paraphrasing, we're going to keep the nerds out. And that's these people who want to be in Hollywood, the Jeff Johns of the world, the snake in the cap, as it were. So this guy who is a friend of Kevin Feige, who liked to brag about being friends with Kevin Feige, I always say Kevin Feige, Kevin Feige, who wanted this shit to be solo, quote unquote, right? At the same time when Zack Snyder was cooking up with Christopher Nolan, expanding and making it a universe, because they saw what Marvel was doing, right? And Zack was eager to do it. He's continuing to try to push his way in. He couldn't do it until BVS. Why? Because he convinced Warner Brothers that DC needed a studios of some sort, which it didn't really actually become a studio. It just became DC Entertainment, the film division, DC Films, I should say, right? It was basically an excuse for Jeff Johns to start putting a little bit of his money and his production towards these movies so that he could weasel his way into being more and more in charge. There was scripts planned, storyboards made, and basically a slate, if you will, that was created, right? And this is after Warner Brothers, after they saw the box office of Man of Steel, and they were already talking about including Batman in before they even seen anything. They really wanted to include Batman after that. So, not to get too deep into the weeds, so far, anybody got any questions? Anybody got any input? Because I don't want to just continue. I can keep going for the longest. We could touch on the Jeff Johns relationship with Kevin Feige and how I know that bragging information. We could discuss that, if anything, for now, until we move forward.
Yeah, and don't forget, remember DC had the TV shows killing at the time also with like
yeah.
Batman,
Flash, yeah, all that stuff. Arrow, all those shows.
Right. So Jeff Johns,
they were killing.
He had a lane with that, you know. So let's say Zack Snyder wanted to have Green Arrow and Justice League, right? But you know, the TV version is killing it also. So now Zack Snyder's Green Arrow would make the TV version look like shit. You know what I mean? So
right.
It was like, so now it's TV versus the movie guy and the movie guy versus Marvel. So So now, you know, there's the Flash, there's Gotham, there's Green Arrow, there's all this, and DC's killing it. Plus, they're killing it on the animation shit. You know, so DC
definitely at that point too. Oh yeah.
They were
the DCAU,
you know, all
touching on that the Arrow real quick is interesting because around that time, I distinctly remember that there was this whole thing about dark immaturity in DC and this divisiveness on film. But Arrow was distinctly created to mirror and mimic what Nolan was doing, and everybody loved it, and everybody was preaching it and saying it was amazing, right? So I just always found it fascinating how Arrow on TV and the Arrowverse in general could go dark and get mature. But when it came to films, because the only people that were controlling the film at the time was Zack Snyder and his crew, were getting pushback. So real quick, that brings me to this. We already know. Let's just not even play around with it. The fucking manufactured media disdain towards Zack Snyder's movies, right?
I was gonna say let's get into that because that touches into that touches on, like, you know, these conversations and things that you were hearing kind of before that, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, let's get into that now.
Okay, so from different little conversations that I would hear, and the conversation was very simple. It was always him talking about how this is Jeff Johns, how he had the ear of Kevin Feige, you know what I mean? And I just always found it fascinating. Like, this guy knows Marvel. Like, why is he he's a DC guy. Why is he bragging about Marvel so damn hard? You know what I mean? I always thought it was interesting. But, you know, always kept it as a note in my head. Fast forward to BVS days, right? This is when everything's really the shit started hitting the fan. Because during Man of Steel, that experience pissed everybody off that was not involved with Man of Steel. All the guys that you see that are writers and artists that talk shit about Zack online, it's because they wanted to be a part of Man of Steel, and they couldn't. That includes Jeff Johns, right? So with BVS, DC Films is born, and now you get this pushing back against Zack Snyder, who had orders from WB at the time, Warner Brothers at the time, to shove Batman in the movie and also build towards the Justice League, right? So he got to knock out two birds in one stone. So he was doing that by including elements like Metallo, etc. He didn't even plan on killing Superman yet. You know what I mean? But because the script got leaked piece by piece over to Marvel, who's the one guy I've been saying this whole time who hasn't? The ear of Kevin Feige, Jeff Johns. 2 + 2 is 4. Yep. This guy was giving Zack scripts because he's in charge of DC Films. He cannot be told, no, I want to see this script. I want to see what's up. And if I want to give notes, I'll give notes. Can't be told no. And the only thing he was told no wise was different notes that he would give, right? And that's why he started leaking. He's like, oh, really? Really? So you're going to tell me no? Because Jeff Johns, behind the scenes, he started a phrase that would be, get brought to the surface, the hope and the optimism and all this bullshit, right? That we didn't hear about until that CW special, but I'll get to that in a minute. So anyway, he leaks the script to Marvel. Marvel then turns some of their great films that they got coming out, the Serpent Society, that becomes Civil War, Avengers Endgame, or sorry, not even Avengers Infinity War 1. Yes.
It was called Infinity Gauntlet, and it got turned into Endgame. Yes.
Yes. Well, at first it was Infinity Gauntlet Part 1 and 2. Right. And then it was Infinity War or some bullshit 1 and 2. And then it became Avengers Infinity War, and they didn't know what they were going to title for Endgame yet. Very interesting stuff, right? And then we see in interviews at the time, Joe and Anthony Russo are saying that they were inspired by Batman versus Superman to make Civil War. Right. How could they be inspired? Precisely. How can they be inspired by a film that hadn't even been released yet? You get what I mean? So they knew, and I don't know, like me and Scott discussed this behind the scenes, right? In my opinion, and in our opinion, Scott's opinion, we think that the Russos may have been trying to give everybody an alley-oop, man, and give Zack a nod like, thanks, bro. We're sorry we had to use your shit. You know how Marvel is. It's getting ugly out here in these streets. And just to touch on the present day for a moment, is probably why the Russos are having an interview and a show with the visionary director, Zachary Edward Snyder, right? So anyway, backing it up more, back to the BVS days, Ben Affleck is in the mix. He's getting fucking pissed. He gets his boy involved, his boy Chris Terrio. Chris Terrio comes through, totally cleans up Batman versus Superman. He starts diving into the mythology. It starts to get real the Iliad, biblical on him, right? It's amazing stuff. So it was kind of a gift that the shit got leaked because Chris Terrio came in and just chef kissed that shit, right? So BVS is born, with all the shackles and the pushback. BVS is born. Now BVS is released. We know that at the end of the day, at this point, if you believe what we're saying or not, or what I'm saying or not, whatever, Jeff Johns has the ear of Kevin Feige, right? BVS is about to drop. There's no way anybody's going to curse BVS with a review. It's Batman and fucking Superman. Like, let's be real. It's Batman and Superman. Everybody was ready to give that shit a gold star until Disney's machine got involved.
Facts. Hey, I tell everybody, I used to watch Collider Movie Talk. I used to watch all them shows. It was hella people that was excited for Batman versus Superman. Everything switched up after that Captain America Civil War set visit. Everybody that went to that set visit came back with hella questions about BVS and just turned hella negative instantaneously. So this is real talk, right? We're seeing what's happening. That's actually
right now, very important, Sky. I'm glad you said that. That's a very important part. That set visit. No, I'm letting you go. Go for it. If you got any more.
No, 100%, right? Yeah, because I used to watch each and every single one of them shows. Like after that Hall H announcement where they showed them logos and had Harry Lennox, like yo, the world lost their minds.
I was right? there in Hall H, bro. I have one of the first, when I had a Facebook, I had one of the first videos and pictures posted on Facebook about that shit. It was pure madness. I loved it. Shout out to the homegirl that got me in. Same one I told you about Sky before. That's the connects. Yeah.
Oh yeah. For sure,
bro. That was and that's what I'm saying. Like the energy around Batman versus Superman before, bro, it was nuts.
It was nuts.
Totally
that Comic-Con trailer, bro. Oh my god,
man. Like it's like when you are foot on the ground, ear to the streets, it was a completely different vibe. When you go on social media, it was a little weird. And when you definitely go on legacy media, we're talking Entertainment Weekly, we're talking Deadline, we're talking THR, it was a bunch of bullshit. It was like, what is happening? But I peeped game a while ago. Everybody kind of got it twisted around the time they were saying Warner Brothers. And I'm like, I don't know about that. I think Warner Brothers just isn't pushing back. And now we may know why, right? That's why we're here. Warner Brothers may not have been pushing back because maybe at some point they were going to do what we're seeing now, but not to get too ahead. But it is of my belief, just based on what I've seen and heard behind the scenes and all the little historical details, that that was in large part Disney. And some of it is kind of organic in a sense of like, it's not even so mobster. It's just they went on set and they were promised a bunch of shit. Because that's what you do. If anybody knows anything about Hollywood and how shit goes, if you're in the media, when they bring you onto something, they start promising things. They're not literally telling you, you better do this or that. No. They're just like, yay, you got free access to this, free access to that, red carpet this, red carpet that. Ask Campia. He used to brag about it all the time.
Yeah.
He used to take him and his ladies to go on red carpets.
And they talked about how Warner's wasn't open with their projects.
Facts.
Until Justice League, when they made when they made Zack open his set for all of them to come on, and he told them that the movie was going to be much lighter.
Hey, can you say that one more time? Because I feel like I interrupted you. Can you say that again? My fault. Go for it. Can you say that again?
No. Absolutely. Yes. The WB kind of like forced Zack to open up his set and tell everybody that, hey, this Justice League movie is going to be lighter than Batman vs Superman because of the complaints from everybody that Batman vs Superman was too dark. Even though, as Leon said, like, boots on ground, you weren't hearing that it was too dark. But on Twitter and social media and everywhere, that's all that you pretty much heard was how just dark that this movie was. And that included the known phrase that was being pushed by bot accounts prior to the release of the movie of Batman vs Superman will be a 2-hour tracking shot of all the Justice League members crying in the rain. And it was like hella bot accounts that was all tweeting this out. So everything that we're saying is like true, and you guys can go look this stuff up. Like all this stuff pretty much happening, yo. So go ahead, Leon. You want to continue?
Yeah. You touched on something. You said that Warner Brothers pretty much, they didn't cater to the shilling.
Oh yeah.
They also didn't cater to giving out red carpets and behind the scenes access. And I'm just giving a guess here. I would probably think they weren't keen to that because they were already a little annoyed with the leaks that were occurring. Get what I'm saying? Because this wasn't a Warner Brothers up and down thing that they wanted. I'm sure there was some executive that were okay with it. But there was one definite person that was inside of Warner Brothers that was definitely okay with the leaks, and that's the person who leaked. That's Jeff Johns, right? So around the time after the leaks occurred and BVS hit and it broke records, it was making a killing worldwide. It got pulled from theaters early. And one of the big markets that was actually cooking hard with them, and that's China. Suddenly they just got pulled out early. It was like, what? Why? With no explanation. And as Sky has pointed out several times, they even talked about releasing the Ultimate Edition before it even hit theaters. I tend to remember or forget that because I saw it because of a fan event earlier than people. So when I saw BVS early, I was like, this shit's going to be astronomical. Get ready to hit 2 billion damn near. Because everybody's reaction after walking out of the theater was like they watched the greatest independent blockbuster film of all time. You know what I mean? It was insane. People were clapping and shit. It was nuts, the conversation that were had. It wasn't just like, oh, I love this thing, clap like a seal. It was, let's talk about what we've just seen. Let's discuss this. Let's dissect this. Even people who were just like, oh man, I don't know, it's kind of dark, man. They didn't hate it. You know what I mean? Then after that, the bot accounts come through with the release of the actual film to worldwide audiences. It gets pulled out early, so it does not hit 1 billion for some strange reason. And that's something that, you know, is kind of speculative, right? It's kind of a go deep sort of scenario where it's like, why was it pulled out? Was it because of the messaging Zack was trying to bring? Was it because, you know, we don't want these superhero films giving such deep mythological elements to make people think about life and love? Like, it's so many different things we could speculate on, right? But it was pulled out of a specific area, China. I'm just gonna leave it at that, right? No knock on it, nothing weird, or it's just what it was. They pulled it out of that, right? As well as other markets early. Why would Warner Brothers pull out a movie early? I've heard excuses online of something about embarrassment. No, companies don't pull their movies out that's cooking, no matter what people are saying online, bro. Like that makes no sense. To me, that was symbolic of what happened next, which was, you know, the set visit. Zack was already cooking like mad with the Justice League, right? He had like over 6 hours of footage that he could have used because he was filming back to back. He leaped from BVS smoothly right into Justice League doing his thing. And then around that time, Joss Whedon was brought on board to take a look at things because he was going to do a Batgirl movie or some BS excuse to get him in the building, right? And that was after we heard about the falling out, quote unquote, supposedly, of Joss Whedon from Warner Brothers or from Marvel, right? He supposedly had a falling out from Marvel, the company that he pretty much helped to build on the big screen. That's always been weird as shit to me, that this guy had a quote unquote falling out and then he falls his ass over to Warner Brothers, you know, on the low, developing certain things behind the scenes, in my opinion. Because I didn't actually hear, well, actually, no, I did hear that Jeff Johns had Joss Whedon to come through. Yeah. But anyway, like I literally heard it verbatim. Right? What am I saying? Yeah, that verbatim that he had him to come through. And this is before people actually said it, online. They made it a thing. Because by the time the public heard that shit, it went from the shit that I heard, which was Batgirl this and blah, 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 that. It went from that bullshit behind the scenes to publicly, oh, I'm trying to help Zack in his time of need, right? After Zack had the untimely, family tragedy, right? All of a sudden, there's these good Samaritans, right? And then we're being told the lie that Zack Snyder's vision was being honored by Joss Whedon.
Yeah,
right?
Facts.
And we know that to be 100,000% fucking false. So needless to say, right? I said all that to say this. Jeff Johns was the original Trojan Horse from the jump. And he's just been this piece of clay that whoever is either, I don't know, pulling his strings, or maybe his ambition got ahead of himself and he just kept shaping himself into whatever he needed to be in order to get his foot in, while at the same time trying to water down DC. I don't know for a fact if his conversations with Kevin Feige was because of the eventual DC versus Marvel thing, right? However, it stands to reason that whether on purpose or by happenstance, that this is the road that's being paved towards that. Because Jeff Johns, by fucking hook or by crook, this man wanted DC to be watered down. He did not want epic DC. He went on CW to tell everybody we're going to have hope and optimism, and it's not going to be called Justice League Part 1 and Part 2. It's just going to be the Justice League or whatever he said, right? And I'm friends with Kevin Feige. He wanted something from that relationship with Kevin Feige. He wanted DC to be a certain way. So what I'm saying is, it is to no surprise that DC may be headed to the inevitable, which is a DC Marvel crossover. because it's pretty much the road has been paved. Again, either purposefully or not, the road was paved, and it all started before it fucking Man of Steel even.
Bro, that was great saying that shit. Check this out, bro. Here's how we can beat this, because here's what this shit is like. All right, so how you was talking about like China canceling the movie, and remember they didn't play Suicide Squad either, because they was like, yo, it got some witchcraft and shit like that in there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So China is a big market. So you guaranteeing your movie to kind of fail if China don't fuck with you, right? So, but look what it is. Like, say Dave Chappelle says something crazy. Everybody gonna cancel him. Everybody, even probably from China, you know, like let's say Kanye say something crazy. Adidas gonna cancel him. Blah blah blah. They're all gonna do it in unison. You know what I mean? All these companies that we might think are unrelated are somehow related, and they're gonna all come out in unison. Like when I said something about Fiona that time, they all tried to cancel me at one time, right? It was like a coordinated strike, right? Listen to this. So think about the time we live in, right? Listen. Zack Snyder has been putting out movies his whole time about the regular free man staying free and never bowing down to society, right? Staying free. So America, in this time we're living in, we're going through political upheaval. We're going through like kind of like civil war with the people, like a race war going on right now. You know, you got Black Lives Matter. You got all this bullshit during the election. You got BVS type shit. You got the new, you know, BVS. Every time the news was on, it was wrong. You know, it was a lie or something. They will have like little CNN come back, you know, whatever. But listen, in America now, so now we have civil war. But even look before that, remember Joker and Christopher Nolan shit was trying to get the people to fight each other on the boat. The poor bomb the people. Then Bane was trying to get the poor to go fight the rich. Bane was also doing fucking prison reform, let the prisoners out. He was also doing fucking police reform, lock up the police. Listen, he also did lockdowns. When he blew up the football stadium, he told everybody to go lock down, right? He said, go in your house, right?
Yep.
It's happening in real life, bro. It's just on a movie. So we look at it like these.
And he had on a mask, Feely.
Right, and he had on a mask. And remember, Joker looked at China, the Chinese dude that was like, and the Chinese dude was taking our money with all the mobsters. So it's like now all the banks, China and Russia and all these countries are putting their money together, bro. We saw this already, bro. This is our real life. So listen.
Holy shit. The Dark Knight literally had these same fucking Russia. Good God.
Russia, Italy,
this is crazy.
Right, Russia, Italy,
wow.
China, America's banks, all of that shit, bro. And then we're living this shit, right? So now you got Zack Snyder, the guy who's known to tell you, I'm about to push the envelope, bro, and I'm about to tell you some shit that might wake y'all up, right? So now, in your real life, Scott, both of y'all has been in the military, right? We've been at war since 9/11, right? Think about
Yep.
BVS had 9/11 in that bitch, bro. I lived in New York during 9/11. That was 9/11 when Batman was running, right? So now
right.
The next movie, they're going to war with Steppenwolf in Russia, bro. What are we doing right now, bro? You know what I'm saying? So now the whole world is together. China to cancel Zack, so he don't tell you this shit, bro. I got Superman, I got Batman, I got Wonder Woman, I got all these characters, and I'm about to tell you the most rawest story you ever heard that you need, bro. So the world say, bro, we can't allow this nigga to tell us that story with all of these characters, bro.
Can I tell you the story? I want to tell the people what the story means, man. Like,
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Zack Snyder, we've said this before. Zack Snyder's Justice League was literally it's what you said before when you said that entertainment is not just entertainment. They're trying to deliver a message. And Zack Snyder's Justice League, the message was we can be individual people. We can have our own cultures. We can have our own religions. We can have our own faiths. We can have our own skin color. We can have our own this and that. But when push comes to shove and the evil elitists who feel as though they are above us, Darkseid, Steppenwolf, Desaad, Granny Goodness, the evil new gods, right? Of Apocalypse, right? Those that feel like they're above us, instead of us squabbling, the Atlanteans versus the Amazonians, instead of us squabbling, Cyborg versus his father, instead of us squabbling, Barry Allen trying to make sure that his dad
separate to be one. He literally said that.
He literally said that.
Right. Two separate to be one. He literally said that. Primitive species.
So with that, Zack Snyder's Justice League, the way I saw it was Zack Snyder saying, with all our differences, he literally showed us in the Proto Justice League scene, with all our differences, we can come together and fuck up the elitists. It's too many of us to be afraid of them. And that's what they know this. I'm talking in real life. They know that there's too many of us, right, to be taken on. So they try to, every little thing from social shit, racial shit, economic shit, everything is being screwed with right now to keep us all squabbling amongst ourselves because they got a bunch of shit cooking. The big thing right now that you touched on that is happening behind the scenes while all these little trials are happening in front of our faces, the biggest thing right now is the banks and the people overseas who, like you said, they're coming together to make their own dollar and make the American dollar obsolete.
Bro,
while we're sitting up here, this race and that race and this is a bunch of garbage. Bruh. So that's what ZSJL represented to me. Everybody coming together with their differences to thwart a villain and then going their separate ways and keeping their individuality. Go ahead.
No, you're right. But what I'm trying to say, listen to this, bro. Like even 300, it's the same shit. Leonidas is Bruce Wayne. You know, like the whole world, Xerxes had the whole world with him. He had China, India, Middle East. You know what I mean? Verse 300. 300 is basically the free man. Us. Don't think I'm country elitist when I say this, but it's basically meant to be America, you know? Because it's like Superman is meant to be America. Truth, justice, and the American way, right? So now you got aliens invading America. Zod invading America. You got corporate entities, whether it's LexCorp and Bruce Wayne Corp or whatever. So now you got corporate entities. LexCorp is playing with the mother box. The mother box is AI. So now you got corporations in the real world playing with AI, like Elon Musk or Google or whoever or whatever. They're playing with the mother box. They're bringing a force. When they turn on AI or the singularity or whatever the fuck they call it, they're bringing a force from somewhere else to Earth, right? But while it's coming to Earth, while AI is showing up on Earth, it's in the middle of a civil war, a Batman versus Superman, a fucking race war, a BLM or whatever. The world is changing in the middle of us fighting each other, whatever. So now other corporations, old American corporations, aka Bruce Wayne's Corp, should step up against Elon Musk corporations and say, yo, you need to chill on this mother box shit because you might fuck up the whole planet with your what was
with your ambitions.
Right. What was Marvel's AI that
Ultron.
Remember Tony Stark's corporation turned on that shit, right? So then turned on Ultron, and Ultron pretty much could have been fucked up the whole world from Russia. Remember, he went over to Russia. So they're telling you the exact that's happening in your real life, bro. They're just putting characters to make you not see that it's you. So the way you get Zack Snyder's movies, you don't allow Xerxes to cancel. Cancel culture is what killed Zack Snyder. But we, the people, went along with cancel culture. When Dave Chappelle says something or Kanye West says something, we go along with the corporations. You know what I mean? We go along with whoever wants to cancel them. That same power canceled Zack Snyder. So we as people, as the masses, we have to make sure that their voice isn't bigger than our voice. So this is what I'm trying to say. My whole thing in the movement, Zack Snyder's movement is the biggest on the planet. No matter what, from every corporation or everything, we have the biggest voice. We could have used this voice to make sure that we don't have no fucking mass lockdowns, mandatory vax, cancel culture, anything, all this nerd queen shit, all that shit that they're on. We gotta be on some opposite shit, and we gotta be louder than them, right? So now when they say, oh, we want to cancel Zack for being a misogynist and blah, 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 we gotta say, shut the fuck up, because that cancel shit is whack, right? So now Zack would have been, his Snyderverse would have happened if we would have been able to receive his Snyderverse. We wasn't. So they gave us the Marvelverse because it's more dumbed down, because the people are dumbed down. That's it. If we were able to see Zack Snyder's movies for like Terrio's writing and all the deep shit he put in, we would have that. But we see TikTok videos and bullshit. So they give us bullshit, bro. It's a mirror of us. That's it. So,
yeah, they give us a microwave version of entertainment. It's a fucking sausage, essentially. It's a bunch of bullshit. You don't know what's in it. They're calling it they call it pig fat or pig meat, but you don't know what it is.
Because look, here's why. When the AI that the corporations brought, Ultron, it's easier to control dumb people.
For sure.
Bruh, I know every 4th of July you're gonna pop firecrackers. I know at 5 o'clock you're gonna get hungry and go to McDonald's. I know every February 14th, I know for a fact you're gonna be doing some Valentine's Day shit, right? So I know your patterns. Ultron could control us. That's what all they did. That's what Warner Brothers and Disney came together to do. They say, yo, bruh, we can't have America getting in the way of China, blah, 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 all these countries getting together. So all of these countries rolled up with Xerxes and say, Black Lives Matters on y'all ass. Take all this racial shit. Take all this COVID shit. Take all this mask mandate. Take all this shit to fuck y'all up because y'all are 300. And we accepted that shit, bro. The biggest movement online didn't stand up against that shit. That's why the Watchmen was disbanded, because the Watchmen wasn't allowing us to do none of that dumb shit. You get it? That's what it's all about, bro. That's
the group, right? You're talking about the group.
That's what it's all. This is what we were Zack Snyder was telling us, bro, you are the Justice League. Go fight Xerxes and them boys. And none of us did, bro. None of us did, except me. I mean, except our crew, you know? That's the whole thing about it. We got to be on point. And once we get on point, we'll get Zack Snyder's movies because
see,
that's how it is.
See, I love how Peely just brought this thing, for lack of a better term, full circle, right? Because that's why this confirming of this crossover pretty much proves and confirms that this sales ZSJL to Netflix thing is necessary, guys. Like, wouldn't we say? I mean, because what is the alternative?
Right.
It's something I've been saying to myself for a while, and now I get to say it on this stream. It's a consolidation of entertainment. Like, you can't have the biggest iconic legendary heroes out there being deep and telling people an alternative message. It used to be the thing where they allowed it. Hollywood allowed two messages, like double talk, double think. You have to tell the truth and the lie at the same time and see which one the people pick up, right? You have to say, oh, yeah. Put this mask on and take this pill. And then you have to say, fuck no. The truth is, don't do any of that.
Right.
And see which one the people do. Now it's a consolidation of entertainment where they're like, I don't know if we can keep doing this. The message is out there and there's other avenues that they can see. So the truth is there. So now we're going to take away their fucking toys. We're going to take away their mythology, and we're going to continue to water it down into this crossover crap. And we're just going to keep telling everybody that, oh my goodness, there's no money. We don't have money to make this stuff. They don't give a shit about money.
They don't.
You said it. Sky said it, and I believe it. They don't give a shit about money. This hasn't been about money for a long time. And maybe we could do this on another episode, I guess, or we could fucking do it now. I don't care, but because I think we're going deep as fuck, and I'm glad because like people need to know this shit. I just hope people are keeping up with what we're saying, because if you just came here to hear like, oh man, they're gonna do DC versus Marvel, you came to the wrong fucking stream. We get into the fucking nitty gritty of it, and I've been wanting to do this for a while because like. Entertainment isn't just entertainment. It's designed to be manipulation. It's been designed to be manipulation, a psyop, and mind control for fucking years, man. Exactly. For decades and shit. Centuries old, exactly. I should say. So what we're saying may sound odd to people, but it's two conversations happening at once. We're letting you guys know the potential why this entertainment in particular is so important to these elitists, and at the same time we're telling you how and why the DC universe is now gonna probably be joining the Marvel universe at some point, while at the same time I guess a third conversation would be none of this shit fucking matters in regards to like the bullshit that you're dealing with outside of this, right, in the world. The Twitter wars and the social media and all this bullshit and the bickering and the fussing, none of that matters because they're literally trying to get rid of the dollar. Like we're talking about a lot here, and I just hope all y'all keeping up. Look up this dollar shit, y'all. This isn't fake. While y'all worried about Orange Man bad and fucking all this dumb shit. Oh, who's racist and who's not? Who's a phobic? But that shit is irrelevant. None of that shit has anything to do with our economy in this country or whatever country you're from. None of these squabbles, the bickering, none of that shit has anything to do with the economy of where you live. And that is what they're trying to attack. Right. And one of their means of attack is through entertainment.
Right, definitely. Xerxes is here, bro. And he got to make sure we don't watch no Zack Snyder shit. We watch some Marvel shit. And Marvel ain't going to go deep. Zack Snyder's going to go deep. And that's just what it was. The current administration wants to make sure that we don't get smart, but they've been doing it, bro. The slave masters didn't want the slaves to read books, bro. It's been happening, and it's many stories of book burnings and stuff like that. It happens throughout history. When someone come in to teach the masses or elevate the masses, they not allowed to do it, and that's just what it is. So Zack Snyder was in the part. Bruh, you ever seen this movie Book of Eli, where Denzel is
of course.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So the Bible was looked at as it can be used as a form of control, the masses.
Yeah.
Or it can be used as a form of freeing the masses. Now, I ain't saying whatever you believe in the Bible or whatever, but I'm just talking about the force, the energy of progress or getting smart or learning or anything like that. Zack Snyder bringing that force to the world with big characters. Marvel was giving us the dumb force of, little jokes every now and then, dudes doing dance offs and bullshit about, just stupid shit, propaganda shit. That's what Marvel was doing. The world got together and said, we're going to give you dumb propaganda bullshit like we've been doing forever, and we're going to cancel the good book. And that's simple, bro.
Now, I know Sky got something. I just wanted to say this real quick. It's pretty much when I knew that what Peely's saying is 100% right. I was curious about it many moons ago, because I was like, okay, cool. We got a variety. We got DC that's going to do mature and Marvel that's going to give you cartoon bullshit. Fine. And when I saw a literal campaign against what DC had going on and what Zack had going on, I was like, all right, there's got to be something to this, because people like me, you, Scott, we don't look at films and we don't look at entertainment at all the same way that, like, I guess the layman does. And I don't mean that in a derogatory way. I just mean in generally, right? We look at it and we're like, what's this trying to tell everybody, right? But anyway, Sky.
Now, what's going on, Sky?
Man, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I just been getting DMs that are crazy. I'll tell y'all after. I'ma just say this. It's too late. That's all. That's all. It's too late. He's already out of the bag. Oh my God, bro, this is crazy. No, hey, I'll tell y'all afterwards what that means. It's
for sure.
Insane. But anyway, no, look, this conversation was going so great, I didn't want to interrupt at all. Like, I was trying to keep my composure, but I was just getting some wacky DMs, y'all. Y'all know how that go? Y'all know how that go, right?
Yeah.
But look, man, no, like, in closing, I want to kind of bring this thing full circle. Oh my God, see, right? Everything that we have kind of experienced, right? And especially now with the confirming of this thing, we need to realize that, this cements why this movement is so necessary.
Definitely.
Right. It really cements it because this thing has been in the works for quite some time. And, it's the only way that we're going to get these movies, yo. It's the only way. Right. It is the only way. And so this is the way. Right. But
I wanted to add a couple of things too, because I know to touch on the present day things that are occurring, right? There was like three things. One, Sky, that you kind of helped me, you pointed out to me, and I'm not going to name names or anything, but like one was executive hires, right? That were from Disney, right? Very strategic. Oh, yeah. These executive hires that were hired on Warner Brothers now, and they've been long standing with Disney for eons, right? Yeah, that's one thing. The other thing is The Rock. The Rock let the cat out of the bag as far as the present time is concerned when he said in his exit basically said, you know, he wants to continue Black Adam in some way, shape, or form, blah, blah, blah. We'll see what happens in the future. Something about my friends over at DC, you know, and Marvel.
And Marvel.
So he said, I'm just paraphrasing because what he said was actually worse. And I was just like, whoa, what? Why would Marvel be included in this conversation, right? Scratching my head. And so I remember us immediately talking about that afterwards, like, yo, this motherfucker really just say that? So,
No, y'all know somebody who knows this crossover shit for a fact, bro.
Say that again.
I say y'all know someone who's already been on set to some crossover shit. His name rhymed with.
I already know what you're about to say. Type it in the chat.
All right. Well, hey.
I already know. You already said it. Yeah. Not the name, but you said what rhymes, and you already know. Right. Bowling. The last name rhymes with bowling, kind of. Right.
Bowling.
Yeah. Right. We'll leave it at that. Yes, exactly. I knew it. I knew it, bro. I swear. I'm like,
You've seen it, and it's. I would say it happened, but it don't have to happen. You know what I mean?
Right.
But it don't have to happen.
It 100% does not have to happen.
Right.
Nope.
No, it happened, but it don't have to happen. But I do know someone years ago been on set of that shit and seen it, and it's But like I said, bro, what movies get greenlit is what we are ready for, bro. You know what I mean? Bro, y'all already seen we got Release the Snyder Cut out, right?
Yeah.
A movie that they were trying to tell us didn't exist, would never come out. They sent all the blue check people against us. They sent all the, they sent everybody.
Legacy media, all of it.
Right, legacy media, perfect word. But we still got the movie out. You see what I'm saying? It still happened. We still saw it. We still watched it. And it's still, the ripple effect is still going to this day, right?
Right.
So around that same time, they were doing crossover shit. That same time we're watching the movie, we were talking about crossover shit behind the scenes.
Hey, and I know for a fact what you're saying is true because me and Scott were just talking about, a great associate of ours, you know what I'm saying, the illustrious meta man himself, the man, the myth, the legend. You already know the name. I ain't got to say it. He was telling us behind the scenes certain executives that we wouldn't even think would be in the way of that did not, in Warner Brothers, that did not want to do the crossover.
Right. Yeah, and it
was guys that we were like, what? These are guys that were holding up Zack.
Right.
They were holding Zack back, right?
Right.
And refused to continue the Snyderverse, right? These same individuals are also saying, nah, fuck that crossover shit. Isn't that weird? So yeah, you're right. Like that crossover shit has been talked about for many years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Remember there was a time when I think somebody said something to Gal Gadot and she said out loud, yeah, I can't wait. We should do a movie together or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, wasn't it Brie Larson or something?
Yeah, it was Brie.
Somebody said something on Twitter. It was on Twitter.
It was Brie, yeah. Because fans were saying like, and
that Chris Hemsworth. It was either Brie Larson or Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah, it was Hemsworth. No, it happened twice.
Yes, one was definitely Brie.
Right, because I remember they both said we should be working together or something like that. So it was going on since then, bro. So Wonder Woman 84 matches up with Disney shit.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Her first Wonder Woman movie don't match up with Disney shit.
Nope.
But look. Her first Wonder Woman movie had Nazis and shit in it. You know what I mean? And like,
well, Germans, yeah.
Like hunters.
They might as well have been, yeah.
Like bounty hunters and all kind of shit. Her first movie was dope, but it was a political message that the world was gonna say. You know what I'm saying? Snyder got to say it because Christopher Nolan was there with Zack. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
but once Christopher Nolan left, now they can get Zack. You know what I'm saying? But if Christopher Nolan was there, Zack's message would have been out because Christopher Nolan put out those type of messages.
Yep, he's been doing it for years.
Every single time. So, and that's what it is. It was about more, not Zack, not Warner Brothers. It's more about what the world is doing, bro. That's it. What the world was doing. So we got to look at it more of, bro, Zack Snyder got the biggest movement online. We can trend, we can tweet, we can promote anything. Let's promote 300. You know, let's promote like Leonidas type shit. You know what I mean?
Peely. One of the biggest signs that like this fandom was powerful, but also being used on a political level, was that whole Us United bullshit.
Right.
You remember that?
Right.
When they were trying to push Us United in the current regime, pretty much, or the current administration before they became Us United, and then I distinctly remember that. And I remember going, huh, that's weird. And then we started using it in the fandom, and I was like, what? Why are we using political bullshit?
Right. They was trying to get us attached to Black Lives Matters, bro. I was
yeah.
Have y'all watched the news? You know what I mean? Do y'all know what these dudes are doing? You know
what's crazy about BLM and all that bullshit and Antifa and all that shit? It's funny. I talked about this behind the scenes with Sky once. I remember when my ex, we were watching all this shit go down on TV, and I was just like looking at the actual people that were involved, and I was just like, ain't nobody look like us doing this shit.
Right.
I used to see it was black people linked up trying to protect shops and stuff from being destroyed, right? But like all in the name of black people, right, quote unquote. And it just shows you how bullshit the message was, you know?
Bro, they was in our chat room.
Sil Abdul.
Sil, what's going on, bro? Big homie Sil.
Big homie Sil.
And Sil know because he was in the chat room. They was in there. Yeah, put BLM on the tweets. And I'm like, bro, what?
Yeah.
The Watchmen will not be doing that. So that's why they wanted to get me out of the way. So they can use the Watchmen to pump dumb shit. So now we fast forward 5 years, or I mean, however amount of years later, we see that BLM was like paid for by some George Soros shit to destabilize Leonidas, them boys. That's all it was, bro. So imagine you got record of being with them boys, you know? like hell no, dog. We're better than that. We're not gonna destroy our country at all. We're gonna uplift our country. We're gonna make our shit raw. You know what I mean? And that way we're gonna make the whole world better. You know what I mean? Why do we gotta eat McDonald's bullshit ass movies when we can have a steak? We can't have a steak, bro. They ain't saying, yo, you can't have a steak. We just choose to go to McDonald's. You know what I mean? Because people like nerd queens are telling us to go to McDonald's. You see what I'm trying to say? So we need people like y'all boys to say, yo, we got to eat this steak. And that's what y'all been doing. No fighting in y'all shit. No tagging the wrong people in y'all shit. No, none of that shit. You know what I mean? No, none of that shit.
Bro, I'm going to tell you how, just to tell you how like on point we've been trying to be. Like me, myself, they call me, you know, sometimes they used to call me reffing ass Leon behind the scenes, like I'm a referee, right? Bro, to the point that when I remember when everybody was pushing like hashtag DC, and I was like, I literally told everybody in the chat, I said, I'm not putting that hashtag DC shit too much, if at all. I said, I'm gonna put DCU. I said, because I don't know if they're gonna make this shit a political thing. I don't know. Yeah, I think I said it in the Watchmen chat. Right. Remember? And I was like, nah, I don't feel right about this shit because I'm not trying to do another Us United. And I remember, you know, a couple people was like, oh, here go Leon. But yo, man, you never fucking know. I'm not trying to get these motherfuckers alley-oop on shit. You feel me?
Right.
So that's just how I be thinking, man. Like, I'm just like, nah, I'm good.
Bro, all this shit be political, bro. If China says something they don't want in the movie, they canceling that shit.
Yep.
If the U.S. government sees something they don't want, you don't get no F-22s in the movie, bro. You don't get no government contracts.
Bro. Right? Not to interrupt you, but a lot of this shit gets passed through I don't even want to say it. Starts with a P. It's a building. It's a very major military building.
Right. And it got 5 sides. Right.
Yes, it gets passed through that shit. A lot of these movies for approval. Ask yourself, if you guys are listening to this, why the fuck would a movie need to pass through? Exactly. Yeah, still remembers. I was like, I ain't doing that DC shit. And yeah, it was new DC. That's what it was. I was like, new DC. Oh hell no. Nah. I was like, I ain't doing that shit. But yeah, why would entertainment need to pass through that high level of an organ? Like that's the highest. Entertainment needs to pass through that for approval? Yo, you guys, if y'all don't believe us, this is literally, you can look this shit up. Entertainment needs to pass through that level of security?
Think about this.
The fuck?
What you said, the five-sided building, right? But look about this.
Mm-hmm.
The group, the alphabet group that rhymes with PIA, right? Think about this.
Right.
Their middle I, the middle letter.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Fucking movies are versions of intelligence. Whether it's propaganda, whether it's pamphlets, whatever. It's a form of intelligence, right? So if I'm gonna put out a piece of intelligence that has Batman and Superman in it, that's gonna make it around the whole world, and that in that piece of intelligence, it say, yo, bruh, stand up and be free. Come together, be free, fight this overall awesome group. That piece of intelligence is gonna get canceled. Bruh, throw that shit in the fucking trash. You're not putting this shit the fuck out.
100%.
Right? So if they come out with intelligence that say, hey, let's have a dance-off with the aliens and make jokes and be fucking dumb. All right, yeah, y'all boys can have that. Go to the movies.
Facts.
That's what this is.
Check it. To be all right, so to be specific, you said this earlier with Batman versus Superman. To them, that was one of the most egregious movies ever because it's literally telling you in the movie, because this shit goes over everybody's head. This is why Batman vs. Superman is one of the greatest films ever made, period. What I'm about to tell y'all. I don't give a fuck if you want to say theatrical or ultimate. In general, Batman vs. Superman is one of the greatest films ever made, with what I'm about to tell you. They literally said, fuck the media in that movie. They pulled back the veil. They showed you, they said, the media lies to you to your fucking face.
Every time the news was on, they was lying.
That was every time. Bro. Let me tell you real quick. Because I love this conversation. This is how nuts the shit got. Superman did not even commit the crime. They even said in the media that they didn't know for sure. It was the mere fact that heat vision may or may not have been used, and the media spun it as, did he use heat vision? Or if he didn't, how come he didn't stop it? Or it was a spin just to make people pissed. And when I saw that, I remember one of my homies was like, but he didn't do it. Like in the media, I'm like, bro, motherfucker, you live in the real world. This shit happens all the time. You can drop something ambiguous on the news, and guess what everybody's doing? Rioting in the fucking streets over something ambiguous.
And they showed that in BVS too. But look,
that's what I'm saying. That's why BVS is the GOAT.
It is. Look even deeper. Who was financing the dude that was spray painting? That was a corporation. LexCorp was financing the dude.
Bro, was financing propaganda and graffiti, bro.
Propaganda, right? So then,
actually, and two, he was low key manipulating the whole shit from behind, making the dude. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and then the corporation
pissing dude off. Right,
Sky. That's actually important.
Literally pissing dude off, like on purpose.
That's important because that was before the actual financing. That is a key piece of information because that's what happens behind the scenes to the masses. You're getting manipulated,
correct?
Right, and then they come around and say, "I have a solution and a cure." What was the solution and the cure? Oh, here's a wheelchair so you can stand for something. What a fucking dickhead that was. Right. The man can't walk. He's saying you can stand for something. What a fucking asshole. Anyway, he came through and gave him a solution, right? Ain't that some shit?
Right. No, that's the truth. And
yeah.
And then look at even, bruh, the corporation LexCorp dropped Doomsday on us. Doomsday is, I ain't gonna say the name, but it rhymes with Schmovid 19.
Oh.
Bro, we gotta understand. All right, so like homeboy just said, or I saw somebody, I don't know who I saw because I can't give this, but somebody said in the chat, you got to see it in the movies before you see it in real life. All right.
Oh, that was
Sammy.
her comment. Yeah, Sammy's.
Well, all right, yes, Sammy. So look at this. In stock market, right? Before you invest in a stock, you have to see his mission statement, but the stock has to tell you it's ups and downs. You know, all stocks you're not gonna just put $5 in and it's gonna turn into $1 million. So they say, yo, bro, we can do good and we can do bad. But they're telling you beforehand, you might win or you might lose some money. All right. So now you say, all right, since they told us some negatives or some positives, they told me what's gonna happen. I can invest in this company and not be sued, or I can't sue them if I lose all my money, right? So now, let's say the G20 or the World Economic Forum or anybody has a plan to do with the world. They give it to you in the movie first, and they say, yo, bro, this AI could look like Ultron, or it could look like Vision, or it could look like Cyborg. You know, it could be good or it could be bad. So you watch it in the movies, and agree to that shit, bro. If you don't come out as people and say, no, fuck that Justice League, you agreed to what they just told you. That means if they say, bro, if that's why you see like 9/11 shit in all these movies, or what we call predictive programming. In all these movies, there's predictive programming. They're telling you, bro, this is what we're gonna do. It might have some drawbacks. Some shit might fuck up. But if you don't come out and call your senator or call your congressman and say, bro, we ain't doing that, you just agreed to it, right? So if Bane come and say, bro, we're going to blow up a stadium and lock down the country and put New York on lockdown, if you didn't come out of fucking Christopher Nolan's movie and say, bro, this will never happen. Bro, we got to stand up against Bane. If you didn't go on Twitter and say that, you just agreed to Bane. So then
more
Bane, you know?
Right, more to like the actual actions of it, right? So when you get the message in entertainment, you walk away from it mentally saying that to yourself, and then when you see it actualized, like it happened in 2020, you should then say, where have I seen this? Right. Either way, this doesn't sit well with me. It didn't sit well with me in fucking 2012. Yeah. It's not going to sit well with me in 2020. Fuck that shit. You could ask. I would give y'all my ex's number right now, and she'll tell you to this day, this man Leon changed my life. Why? Because I would have been jabbed up, souped up, locked down, and an idiot. Point blank. If not for my ass. I told her when I first heard about this whole bullshit in November, and this was before this shit got real big, because we used to have this app on fucking, what is it called? The Fire Stick. It was this app that you can hear you could watch international news. So we were hearing about this whole C-19 bullshit internationally before it even happened. We heard about like boats being docked, all this shit that they wasn't really telling the news in the States. And I was telling her, I was like, yo, babe, just be prepared for some fuck shit. And then when the shit started to come out into the mainstream, I said, just be prepared for martial law. I called it martial law then, right? I was like, be prepared for that shit. It could happen. Her ex, who works for Amazon, said, hey, they're probably going to put us on lockdown before it was even official, because they were telling Amazon people first. Ain't that some shit? Before they made it public. Fucking weird, right? So I looked at her and she was like, oh shit, Leon, you were right. I'm like, yeah, motherfucker, like I see the web. I see the matrix, dog.
Right.
I've been awake, fuck woke. I've been awake since I was born, dog. Like I don't fuck around. Follow me and I will lead you down the path of righteousness. And I ain't even trying to brag. I'm just saying, I got that fucking Watchmen logo in my motherfucking logo for a reason, dog. Like real shit. Real shit. You know what I'm saying?
Look at the Watchmen movie. It's the same shit. You know,
yeah.
like, it's the same shit, bro.
I'm gonna tell y'all this one thing too, right? Real quick. I don't know if we wrapping up or what, but like, check it. Zaslav getting manipulated. I'm gonna just be real. This motherfucker Zaslav, without them naming him specifically, but it's kind of been already revealed. He named two of the most red-pilled movies ever, and still made me think of this when I saw his comment. He named The Matrix, which is the red pill movie, right? Well, actually, it was a movie that came out before that talked about red and blue pills. But anyway, Matrix, and then he named BVS. Bro, think about that. He could have named any movies to highlight Warner Brothers being the shit. He highlighted two of the most red pill movies of all time because that's his way of thinking. When he saw those movies, he walked away from those movies. I don't know if he walked away from them enlightened, but I know he walked away entertained. Like his ass was screaming, Maximus, are you not entertained? He was like, yes, I am. You feel me?
Warner Brothers used to be that
gold standard, bro.
Right. From Matrix, they did Lord of the Rings also, right?
Yes, sir.
Lord of the Rings is
via New Line.
Regular people standing up against the world.
Yep.
300 regular people standing up against the world. Same as what? Same as Justice League. It's the same shit over and over and over. They're just, we don't get it yet. That's it. They're like, bro, they keep saying the same shit, and we don't get it. But Warner Brothers.
Oh my god.
Warner Brothers used to be that company, but now
they're bro, not. Ever since I was a kid, Warner Brothers Shield, I used to get hyped. Swear to God, I used to get, when I see a Warner Brothers logo, I'd be like, oh yeah, because I know I'm getting some dope shit. I was never a Disney guy. What were you gonna say, Sky?
I was gonna say that we was in like shutdown mode, but the homie still Abdul just pulled up.
Let's go.
Yo, I mean, this is a legendary panel, so I had to, catch Peely. Sky's my dude. I'm just saying, Sky's my dude, Leon's my dude. You already know. But I had to get on here when Peely was on here, man.
Yeah. That's what's up.
That's what's up, bro. Yeah. Hell yeah.
You know what I love about Sil? That at the end of the day, man, when motherfuckers with their little YouTube channels was turning their backs like in unison on Peely, chopping up edits and being little bitches and trying to cancel him for mentioning certain countries or mentioning certain things. You were one of the few that was like, man, fuck that. You might have been the only one that was like, man, fuck all that, bro. And you continue. No, and when I saw that, I was like, yo, that nigga Sil is a stand-up man, for real.
I say this, I take people like face value, right? And Peely know this, me and him have had many talks, what I'm saying, just, in chats or whatever, right? And when I did that first Watchmen stream, Peely, like that's what put people on notice, like, oh, Sil Abdul ain't going with the programming. Like, if the information lines up, I'm gonna rock with you, right? And so that's why I'm Peely.
Right. No, I appreciate it, bro.
I love that you said the programming. Absolutely.
Still been on point, man. And it, like you said, we done had our conversations too, because and
we had some,
bro. And that old chat, that's how it used to be. But I look at Sil, bro. Sil carried us, bro. When everybody else left this movement, Sil carried us along further until it got up to where y'all are at right now. It was Sil that put this whole movement on his back, bro. Sil and Mike, not no Dave the Film Junkie, not no fucking
facts.
None of them boys, whatever, not none of them. Sil put this shit on his back. Sil, Mikey, and he carried us. So if anything happened where we get this universal Netflix or whatever happened, the whole movement owes a big debt of gratitude to Sil, bro.
Much respect to Peely, first off. Because Peely, I seeked you out in the beginning, bro, and I was like, I'm trying to find the pioneers of this shit, right? You remember the conversations we had, right?
Yeah, hell yeah.
And saying, you giving the blessing to what we was doing, it's like we was a bridge to this, right? It's like in hindsight, I could see, it lining up what you're saying, you know what I'm saying? And it's about this cell movement right now, man. Like, where is it going to end up at, right? Because it's gonna happen.
Right.
It's just where it's gonna end up.
Right. I agree. It's gonna happen definitely, bro, because it's just too epic. And it's weird too also, you know, and I can't put no doubt in nothing that's going on right now. So I definitely think it's gonna happen. Like you said, it's just where it's gonna happen. If it happened on Netflix, that'll be great. If it happened on if it come out in the movie
Amazon or you know, whatever, right?
Whatever. It's gonna be great. But I think it's gonna happen, man. I don't think
shout out to Mikey in the chat. Yo, we may bring Scoop Center back, Mike. I'm gonna hit you up later. We may bring Scoop Center back.
Bro. You have to, man.
Retired. People think we're retired or something, bro. Like, I'm just saying. I'll hit you up later, Mike.
Still, man. Hey, that's been in the back of my mind. I'm like, yo, man.
I'm just saying.
I see that Scoop Center logo. You know.
You guys people trying to drop their little, you know, scoops, you know, speculations. Like, hold up. Me and Mikey started this shit like 2 years ago. Hold up.
Yeah.
We may have to come back. I'm just saying. We'll talk later. We'll talk later about that.
Man. Hey, with the song, the Scoop Center song, man.
I'm just saying, bro.
Facts.
It's all on the hard drive. Like, we could bring that back real quick. I'm just saying.
Bro, it's happening, bro. Even when we see like Ben Affleck always in the news lately talking about it, or you know, certain shit like that, or now Zack Snyder is re-energized again after y'all's movement. It's just gonna happen. We've seen this shit before, y'all. You know,
right,
when they start talking about it, we know what's coming. You know,
this is your exclusive for the night on Skywalker Shadow. Scoop Center coming back. Right?
Hey, it's like
both.
It's almost like we're coming full circle, huh?
Right?
Shit.
That's gonna be
Project full circle in full effect. You know what I'm saying?
Sky, they ain't ready for full circle, bro. They ain't ready.
They ain't ready.
Coverage I'm gonna bring, you know what I'm just saying, and you know what I'm saying, Cell's gonna represent, you know what I'm saying, no matter what at the full circle event. So that's what's up.
So I gotta update you behind the scenes, brother. So I gotta update you. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir.
If you know, you know. Right.
Let's go down.
Wait. Mikey Sutton says Skywalker the Jedi in geekosity in the morning for some reason. You mean to tell me there's a geekosity article dropping tomorrow, Mikey?
I gotta do a video. Shout Still Abdul Daily, the second monetized channel. That's what Still Nation's doing. I'm just saying, you know, that second channel has been a wonderful this year. Hey, we're gonna cover that tomorrow. Then, if the article's dropping for Sky, we gotta cover that at home.
God damn, bro.
Yo, wait, look, I'm gonna keep it. Hold on, because I'm glad that I got Sale here right now. Yo, look, Sale, I ain't gonna front. I watched that Sales ZSJL to Netflix explain video. That's the first time I've ever seen one of the homies reacting to an interview or something. That shit was so dope, man. Thank you so much, bro. I watched that shit, my heart was full, and I just got so much love and appreciation for you and what you're doing, bro.
Hey,
real talk, man. Real talk.
Real talk. That was for you, bro. Real talk. I put you on the thumbnail, right? I put you on the thumbnail for a reason. And then, you saw, I did that without even telling you, because I was like, I want your words from the article to speak. Because normally I'll be like, oh, let's have Sky come on the panel. I'm like, no, it was all in the article, bro. Right? I'm gonna cover your words in real time, right? And just let you kind of just see. That's why I was talking to the chat the whole time. I'm like, yo, are y'all hearing what this man is spitting right now? Because it was nothing you could have said live in real time that would have upstaged what you written for that article, right? So, hey, that was for you, bro. Still Nation knows. Y'all already know, you know what I'm saying? We covered that extensively, and you shouted out, you know what I'm saying, the Cool Table, Peely, Mikey. You gave love to everybody, man. That was one of my favorite streams to do. Outside of covering my shit, I'll put that over anything. But when you, that was a close second, right? That was a close second.
I feel it.
And but yeah. That was for you though, bro. For real talk, homie. That was for you. I didn't tell you before I even did it. I just launched it, and I was just like, yo, let's cover what this man's saying. And now that's cemented. It did great on my channel. That article, I'm sure, is doing great. So, like I said, much respect to you, man. You like Pili said, like me and Mikey probably bridged this, but like what you started with Sale, you know what I'm saying? That's cemented in time, man. That's cemented. So that's what's up. That's what's up.
Over 1 million tweets, bro. That's big.
Bro,
Oh yeah,
numbers.
we're reaching 2.
Lie, right?
Right, numbers.
1.6.
Numbers do not.
Oh my
Facts.
God. Who else can say that, bro? These major corporations not getting that, bro. You know what I mean?
Oh, let me
engagement.
I want to speak on that real quick because I said this shit in the space, right? Everybody's trying to cook #sell for all these semantical bullshit, right? But at the end of the day, like, we don't have a corporation backing us. We don't have a major celebrity backing us. We don't have a major like social media presence backing us, right? This is all organic people, and we're cooking towards 2 million. Now,
ain't no
Netflix,
dark money.
Ain't no dark money. Netflix, if you are listening, Amazon or whoever, Netflix, once again, if you are listening, that sounds fucking great, doesn't it? You already have organic boots on the ground, so to speak, that can carry the torch. Now all you got to do is add your corporate shit and your bots. Right. Saying bots isn't bad for corporations because that's what they use. It's just a part of the actual advertising budget. So at the end of the day, you add your corporate shit and your bots to our shit, and you got a fucking hit. Hello.
Right. Correct.
Times about 10 at that point, you know.
Facts.
Power to the people, bro. You know.
Yeah.
That's what it is, bro. And
power to the people, baby.
Power. Right. Always. That's what it is, and that's what Zach got. You know, and it's that's why he's not doing these streams again because of y'all. You know, that's why he's saying don't stop because of y'all. Who is he telling that shit to? He ain't talking to me. You know, like, he ain't talking to me. He's talking to y'all. I just happen to have a line with y'all because y'all in the Watchmen. You know, it is what it is. So y'all
shout out to the Watchmen first off, the real Watchmen.
The real
that
Watchmen.
Remains. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Y'all see the button in my logo?
Hell yeah, dog. We still in there. The ones that remain are still legendary, bro. The ones that don't, I don't even know what the fuck they're doing. I haven't seen them in years, bro.
So, because some of them motherfuckers might have been Warner Brothers plants.
Yeah, because they were Warner Brothers plants the whole time. You know?
Yeah, industry plants, as I like to call them, industry plants. Facts.
Correct.
Yo. Right, yo. Now that we got the homie still on here, I want to get your quick thoughts on just, you know, with James Gunn kind of confirming that this crossover has been being discussed, right, and that this is more than likely the road that we're gonna be heading down, right? If he gets his wish, right? You know, how do you feel knowing that this is, in fact, the road that has been chosen when you have people like Peely that have been saying this for all this time, right? So how do you feel about that? And then 2, how do you feel about, the role that #sell is going to play in all this now that we know that this was confirmed and has been being discussed?
Yeah, this Marvel versus DC shit, right? I mean, first off, he's a prophet, right? Like, man, again, I talked to this man 3 years ago. He was talking about this whole engagement, Warner's. You know, this man been talking about this, right? If y'all don't be watching Go Deep, like, y'all need to catch up. I need to catch up with that, right? But as far as that, like, that's a given. Gunn only confirmed what I'm saying people have suspected before, right? But it makes it very clear. Going forward, like with my content, I've told people this too. I said, yo, with DC, this was going on with DC right now. What Gunn's doing, this Shazam stuff, and then you got this Blue Beetle coming up and this Aquaman. That's the tone they want to do for the next 5 years or so until they get bought out or whatever, you know what I'm saying, what happens with the corporate stuff behind the scenes. So this is your DC going forward. So sell is so important. #sell ZSL to Netflix because that's the licensing. They already licensed out the Batman Cape Crusader to Amazon. They already got deals with Amazon and Netflix, for other DC properties. So this is the lane. This is the angle because we see what the main DCU is going to do. Gunn only confirmed what people have been talking about this for. Like I said, Peely's talked about it. Other people, the homie Zod Peely, you know, Zod been talking about Marvel vs. DC, right? For 3 years now.
Wow,
right?
Yeah,
so it's real. He's like, yo, yeah, this is my plan, right? So you see, no one should be surprised anymore what's going on. That's why #sale is the lane for real DC shit, like the real epic, you know, that you want to see.
Right.
And then if you want like you know, family friendly, whatever, and maybe some hits or misses, right? With that, who knows what they're going to do with that. But so it's very clear to me, Sky, you know, this Marvel vs. DC, this was probably one of the most like anticlimactic stories I covered this year because we knew it was coming, right?
Yeah, and it just so happened to release on the day that my interview came out. It's kind of weird, right, Phil? You know what I'm saying, right? Kind of weird, right? It seems like every time that, you know, James Gunn says something, it's like when Zach says something or when #sale, you know what I'm saying? Like when we do something, it's like James Gunn get out there and he started talking in, right?
Didn't Gunn try to kill your hashtag, Sky, in real time?
Oh, right. Yo, a few times, right?
He said it was wacky. Yeah.
The wackiest hashtag I've ever seen in my life, right? Ever.
Not fire James Gunn, not Guns a pedo. Now you know why you at the parties, bro. Right? Sales the issue. The wackiest thing he's seen ever. Come on. Now.
That bitch was
right.
That shit was nervous, bro. You know,
the wackiest. That's why people still talking. They still call it so wacky to this day, Phil.
Yep. Hey, I'm asking for him to do it again. Please try to kill it again, because that was one of the biggest trending days we had after he tried that shit. So please, I dare you, please do it again.
I guarantee he won't mention it again. I guarantee.
Hey, nah, he ain't. He just gonna do something else, like probably, you know, try to use some other IP to try to, you know, squash our movement. But hey, you know.
This fool got the lowest selling movie ever in DC. That's on his resume. Right? So we can amplify that. You know, we can be like, bro, you obviously don't know what the fuck you're talking about, bro. You know, so we're not listening to you. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Colonel Sanders looking bro.
Right. We'll probably sell it.
Right. Hey, unless,
right? Motherfucker.
Unless, right? Like, yo, he said, no, Colonel Sanders, you're wrong. Medulla oblongata.
I know Gunn mad at me right now. I know Gunn because he been watching my tweets, and I put that Colonel. Shout out to Marcus Neo Sevens. First off, he made that meme of James Gunn on a KFC bucket. I don't know, Peely. I don't know if you saw that meme, that picture out there. Yo, I put that on the stream the other day. Like people going nuts over that, bro. Little Colonel Sanders looking dude. Trying to talk about something wacky. You know what I'm saying?
KFC head ass.
Medulla oblongata. Nah, hey. Look,
Sky. Do you have that meme?
Y'all lucky I don't got drops like that, yo. Oh my god, I be dropping y'all to right. Medulla oblongata.
Yeah, hey, do you have that KFC picture?
No, I don't. Hey, still send it to me and I'll put it in the chat. But look, while we're having fun and clowning around on like the ires and all this stuff, I mean that we saw coming, people like Peely and all that. I'm glad that we got a couple of y'all on the panel right now because I want to get you guys' reaction to this. I have a couple shots that I want to show you guys of shirts that are going to be done by Noel Leon Flores that the #sale campaign is going to be dropping. Wait, hold on. First, let me grab this real quick.
Colonel Sanders looking for
KFC head ass. Hey, whoever, well, you said Marcus did that, man. That's brilliant because he damn sure looked like Colonel Sanders too. Shout out to Neo
I
Sevens
tell y'all,
of the council.
anytime, if y'all on my YouTube channel, they say, "Yo, that picture's dope," is usually Marcus or Mr. J, 310. It's like, but that was Marcus that time. There we go. I lost like 20 followers when I dropped that pic, but
that is funny as hell.
Yo,
that's hilarious. Hey, see, we need to make our. I don't know, because are we getting dirty if we post that shit, or is it getting?
I'm not.
Fuck it. Here's the thing.
I'm posting it. I want Scott to stay clean. I'm just saying I'm getting dirty.
Right. Hey, we don't do hashtag sale, right? First of all, if y'all was paying attention to my Twitter earlier, I went ahead and dropped this, so make sure. Let me move this banner real quick. Let me make sure that y'all save the date. Because this is important. This is important stuff. You know what I'm saying? 428 hashtag sales Snyderverse Netflix, hashtag sales ZSJL to Netflix. Just so y'all know, it's gonna be a crazy weekend, yo. Just make sure y'all say that date real quick.
Did Sammy? Did you drop yours, Sammy? Because I dropped mine too. Yeah, the Batman version. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Make sure y'all go.
Yeah, the Trinity, y'all stay clean. I'll do the petty shit. Y'all.
Right. For sure.
I got it. But I want to show y'all this. Just a couple little shots from some shirts that the hashtag sell movement is gonna be putting out there, right? One, we got this shot of the Trinity. Look at this, yo.
That looks
original art.
Woo-hoo.
Look at that, yo.
That's original art. Who did that?
Oh yeah, hand drawn.
The world-renowned, internationally famous Noel Leon Flores of Dreamwalker fame. You know what I'm saying?
That looks good, bro.
Yo, oh yeah. Yo, fire.
I love his lantern. The picture, he has a picture. It's floating around. I don't know if it's official yet. I mean, I'm probably saying stuff behind the scenes, but he got this lantern picture. It looked dope as hell, bro. Like, for real.
Right. We ain't about to show that one just yet. We just gonna show this one.
I'm spilling. I'm leaking. We
gonna show this one. Yo.
Group shot.
Yeah.
Yo. Just so y'all know, Justice League in there, Nightmare League, all that. Martian Manhunter, Green Lantern. Y'all see that dark side in the jail logo. Oh man.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I was we were talking about this shit. I said, man, I want to make sure if he can do it. And the idea I had, I was like trying to make it to where the faces didn't show just in case, because I had no idea if like that was possible. You know what I mean? Not that he can't do it, but that is, some sort of legal whatever bullshit. But I was like, yeah, we gotta get Mara in that bitch too. Everybody that's been in his shit and that's going to be in his shit. You know what I'm saying? We got to get them all in there.
I thought Mara was in there. Yeah.
Yeah, because it just looks like more characters. To me, that's indicative of what Cell is, like the future. So.
What we're asking for is that
exactly
with whatever comes with it.
Right. You know what I mean?
Bruh, if this shit come on Netflix and we get to see the rest of this universe, that might be the most epic thing that ever happened in fucking Hollywood history, bro. That, because it's just on a huge level, bro. We didn't get to see something that was huge, Bro, if we get to see this shit, and if Ben Affleck, we get to see some of his movies. Good Lord, bro.
I'm gonna be honest. People obviously we want the whole story, and I get it. I just want that Nightmare movie, bro. That's literally. I'm like, if y'all could just do that, get that shot. Like I will die peacefully, bro. Real talk.
We will put y'all on Mount Rushmore, bro. I would carve y'all. I would be
Ain't
so
that nightmare movie?
No, I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, I'm getting a tattoo of Leonidas coming back with the wolf on his back. You know what I'm saying? When he was a young king, right? 100%. That's how I'm gonna commemorate if we get this thing sold. 100%.
Yo,
Right?
dope as
I
fuck.
might have to get a tattoo similar to that of the dude who told Leonidas' story, dog. You know what I'm saying? Just to represent. You feel me? Like, yeah, man.
Yeah, with the one eye, right? That's
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The one eye
That'd be
open. He's awake. Yeah,
Right.
man.
Yo,
Facts.
that'd be crazy. Yeah.
tattoo too, but I lied.
I'll just hold a picture up. I'll just hold a picture up.
Right.
Hey, you know what I would do too? The one missing eye that he has, I would put the Watchman logo in that bitch, bro.
Ooh.
Yo.
Ooh,
Oh,
that would be so cold, right?
Bruh, remember what we was talking about, like the CW and the shit like that going on? Remember they asked Zack Snyder to also do the HBO Watchmen. And then they pulled him off of that shit.
Oh yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was in line to do the HBO Watchmen, and I think
I thought he was supposed to produce it, right?
Yeah, produce it, but he's still
But
gonna
they
probably
changed
put
the
his
story.
put his little shit in it, you know. But imagine the Watchmen like
Oh
Dr.
my
Manhattan
goodness.
being in the actual DCEU, bro.
That's interesting you say that, Peely, because like they dropped that Watchmen show and then
Right.
they put Watchmen into like DC continuity at that same time in the
Right.
comics,
Yep.
right?
Right.
But pulling Zach off, they changed Zach's story. They kind of pivoted
Correct.
away
Correct.
from Zach's story as well. I
Right.
would have loved to have seen Zach's like the aftermath, the epilogue or whatever
Right.
of what he did. Because some people prefer his story even over I know Watchmen comic. I got some purists that's gonna be like DMing me later. I'm just saying the way Zach did it live action, some people prefer that over the comic. Just
Bruh.
saying.
I do because he cleaned up the ending from the squid. It made more sense to have it blamed on Dr. Manhattan. Like that was perfect. You know what I mean?
Nuke. It was
And
like
shout out to David Hayter, the voice of Solid Snake, because he also wrote Watchmen, the script as well. So he's a big Zach fan too.
but
I would have loved a series with Zach producing it. Oh my god!
right.
I would've
All
loved
the HBO shows be popping, you know, like from all of their shows be doing good. Imagine a Zack Snyder on HBO, bro.
Oh my!
He can finally get wild, rated R. He can finally say what he wants. Oh my god! They took a lot of shit from us, bro. They took a lot of shit from us.
I know we lost that. The Watchmen series.
Yeah.
Right. Because HBO was trying to get in line, and they were. Remember, HBO had a whole series of anime, like DC animes, whether it's like Red Hood or The Killing Joke or all of that shit. It's the same. They own the properties. They own WB, but it could have been a whole universe from the anime to Watchmen series to Justice League. That shit would have been crazy, bro.
Because it was about content, right? So they would have pumped that out. Yeah.
Right.
Was Krypton supposed to be on HBO as well or no?
Oh, I remember them talking about the Krypton.
Because I know it's supposed to be connected to Man of Steel. But was it supposed to be connected? Because it was supposed to be on HBO.
Cable.
Was that always cable? Okay.
Let me ask y'all this. What do y'all think, though? What y'all think about the Flash shit with Zod back in there, bro? Like, didn't that shit look epic as fuck?
That's Muschietti, bro. That's Andy Muschietti. He was respecting Zach shit right there. Bringing Michael Shannon back.
Right, Michael Shannon back in that bitch, and Ben Affleck in that bitch. Oh my god! Plus,
that was respect.
Right, the fucking the alien General Zod spaceship. It was shooting fire. We didn't see it shoot fire on Man of Steel. So it's gonna be like some new shit that we didn't see. I think that Flash movie is gonna make Zack Snyder shit back. I think
it's gonna make bank too.
Right. I think it's gonna make bank. I definitely think so. But I think when we see that and we see Michael Shannon again, we're gonna be like, we're gonna see Ben Affleck again. You know, we're gonna really want Zack Snyder shit after the Flash movie. You know,
so you're saying this
for
Flash
sure.
film coming up, like that's kind of that's going to support this whole movement, really.
it's going to.
You know,
Yep.
You know, and I'm not saying people like, oh, you should. I'm not going to shame people on social media. You should go watch the Flash film. All I'm saying, if it looks dope, check it out. Right? It looks dope to me. I'm just.
I think the Flash movie gonna make times more money than Shazam. You know?
Oh my God,
Hell
that ain't even a competition.
Right?
I think you can get 800. It won't be quite BVS, but I think you get 800 million.
We're gonna definitely we're gonna
Mm-hmm.
definitely look at it and miss Zack Snyder even more. You know? And I think that's what I want us to do. I think the whole world is gonna be like, yo, when the fuck was Michael Shannon in this bitch? What are they talking about? You know? Like,
right.
Side note, Kevin Smith, y'all know Kevin Smith's cool with Zach, right? And Kevin Smith, he said I think he saw a cut of the Flash. He said he called up Zach because Zach is actually his homie. And Kevin Smith said, yo, Zach, this is your shit right here.
right.
He said it on a podcast. Kevin Smith said that. Yeah.
Like a lot of people gonna watch it just for like Michael Keaton in there, you know. Right. They're gonna be like, yo, what is Zod? You know, like what did I miss? You know, and then they're gonna go back and watch Man of Steel, and they're gonna be like, oh shit. Like my cousin, right? My cousin lived in Atlanta, and he was a big Marvel fan. But around the time when he saw me, you know, pumping all the Zack Snyder shit, he was like, yo, I gotta just watch it. What you talking about? I said, all right, well, watch Man of Steel first. And I told him the list of movies to watch. I remember he was like, oh my God, bro. I can't even watch Marvel films no more. Our whole life he's been a Marvel guy. So he was like, oh my God, it's so different. I think a lot more people are going to do that after the Flash movie. You know, I think bro, when I saw that trailer, bro, I was blown away from that trailer. You know, that shit looked good. Fuck, bro. Plus, it's so like Zack Snyder centric from Ben Affleck, you know, from, you know, Ezra Miller's Zack Snyder shit too. But seeing Michael Shannon and seeing those spaceships again, it was like, yo, that's I already know. That's Man of Steel. Right. That's right. It's the same spaceship. It don't look no
nah, it's the same shit.
You know? Real quick, the Creed in the chat, he said, yo, Muschietti was trying to give us something special, but it was compromised. I'm going to tell you right now, Gunn only gave notes for the ending scene. That's my scoop. George Clooney at the end. He didn't touch the body of the film at all for the Flash. So let's keep that real. I know you're just going to give me your feedback. I just want to make that very clear in the chat. Gunn didn't mess with the Flash film. This is the ending scene. But you know what I'm saying? You know, that could still open up the whole, again, the cell movement, you know, a separate timeline from there. So
because of what you're saying, Sil, and what you've said in the past, that's why we're like, shit, I want to rock with the Flash. Because the trailer, when we saw it, you know, Sky, I like your reaction actually to the trailer. I remember you telling me you and your boy, when y'all had saw he looked at you. What was your reaction again?
Nah, like I was watching it with the homie, and you know, it was Super Bowl Sunday, and like he kept looking at me to see whether or not like I was gonna cap and be like, yo, this trailer looks whack. And he was like, yo, you know, like what the fuck, you know what I'm saying? Like, and he kept fucking looking at me, and after it was over, he was like, yo, so what you think? I was like, that shit was fire. You know what I'm saying? Like, I couldn't lie. I couldn't lie.
Sky, right?
Right. But right, because we are about to close out pretty soon. And we do have a special guest appearing right at the end of the show that wants to come in and say goodbye to you guys. Mikey Sutton's in the building. You know what I'm saying? We got Mikey.
Batman versus Daredevil? What?
Crossover.
Yeah, I love how diplomatic Sil Abdul is. I love this. What he's really saying there is that possibly the only shitty scene in The Flash was a contribution from James Gunn.
I gotta stop that's for my Gunn viewers. Mikey, I gotta keep
He's so diplomatic, man. Dude, I wish I could be like you, dude. Seriously, I wish I could say that with a straight face.
I didn't mess up what Muschietti did. It's the end scene, like Mikey said.
It's like, well, George Clooney was his only idea. Well, in other words, the only shit scene. There you go. There you go.
There it is. There it is. Right there. George Clooney.
July, when that drops.
So bravo to you for your professionalism. Because here's the reality of the situation. Between the two of us, I'm the one who's most biased. I'm the one who's terrible
Right.
with fairness. Phil's very diplomatic. I'm not.
Real talk. I'm like the Will Smith and like Mikey's like Richard Pryor, like on that show. Right?
I'm sitting here choking on my bourbon after him saying that. And he's so professional, man. Like, oh my god, dude, you're slick, dude. You're slick. There's no way I could.
I still throw my shots, Mikey. I know you catch that. I still throw my shots, but I got to keep the masses. Man.
He was just roasting him on that KFC post. You know what I mean? So still got his jabs in. You know what I mean? Fucking Colonel Sanders head ass.
No, which of the two of us sounds the more like a Snyder cultist, right?
Mikey at this point, actually, like I've kind of become more of the, you know what I'm saying, like the overall DC guy, like Mikey.
Right, ain't that something? Mikey becoming the Snyder cultist, bro.
Man. Still is fair and balanced. I'm not.
Yeah, I'm like Fox News. Yeah, Mikey's like MSNBC.
Yeah. Oh shit. That's funny.
Oh my god! Wow! I was like, Sky, put me on. Like,
Colonel Smurf. Yo, I'm just saying, Mikey. Like that picture we did on Rogues. Like people still talking about that. Like, like that was nuts. People are boycotting KFC now because of that picture.
Dude, I could not stop laughing at that thing. Oh my god. That was hysterical. Like, I can't eat there anymore. That image is burned in my head, man. I can't. No way.
You go to Church's Chicken. If you know, you know out there. Church's Chicken.
Hey, Churches. That's what's up. That's that Southern shit right there, baby. Yeah. Church's Chicken.
That's greasy as fuck, bro.
You gotta take it back to the house and put it in the oven.
Yo,
for $1 hot sauce, bro.
That fucking AFC face y'all just put on. Look at his hair. Don't he look like a fucking like an old Super Saiyan? Like put a.
I'm telling you, man. James Gunn. Oh my god, no.
Yo.
It's like an old Vegeta with glasses.
Everybody said they're going to Popeyes now.
Hell no. Hey, everybody in Hollywood trying to de-age but James Gunn. He want to make himself look older. He trying to get away from the tweets.
No, he wants to be old enough to say the big galoot.
There you go.
No, there is nothing finger licking good about that DC slate. Okay.
Hell.
Churches over there. Oh yeah, well, yo.
Unless that fingers me somewhere we don't want to know. Okay.
We're going to Cali. We're going to Cali in April. I'm gonna hit some Church's Chicken up there in Cali.
Nah.
Hey.
Nah. We going to
Roscoe's.
Hey,
we said that shit at the same time. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I ain't been to Roscoe's in years, dog. Yeah.
Hey,
I definitely got some
hey,
Roscoe's, yeah.
that Roscoe's, that happened at, bro. I act like that Roscoe's don't even exist. I never go there, bro. Like, that is the most dangerous Roscoe's out of all of them. Like, I go to the one that Obama went to, you know what I'm saying? It was good enough, bro. I wanna go there. It's good enough for me to go there. Nah, crazy. But look, we gotta start closing this thing down and say, I want to get everybody. I want to get everybody's final take. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I want to start with the homie Still. What's your final take on all this stuff, including the confirmation of this crossover talk, the role of the cell movement, just whatever you got on your mind, Big Brody, and leading into full circle as well. Yes.
Yeah, no, definitely. Hey, it's all about full circle, man. Like this month, the energy going towards this. Like I said, I'm excited to get out there. Like I said, to Cali, Southern Cali, local folks out there, Still Nation folks. Even if you can't make the screenings for the full circle, hit me up. However you can connect with me if you're local, and we're doing the Still Nation meetup Sunday. Details we already got it set up, but details to come. That's all I'm gonna say. Details to come with that. But I'm excited. Real Rollins hit me up. He got tickets in there. Come on, we're gonna have a row. I'm just saying, just in general. It's real general. We got Real Rollins coming out there. You know what I'm saying, for the full circle event. We got Raya. Shout out to Raya. She's been supporting Still Nation from the beginning. And a couple other folks that hit me up as well, too. So we're gonna be well represented in this full circle event. So I just want to make this very clear. What we're doing out there, and probably more surprises to come with that meetup. But that's what my energy is at this month. Sky, real talk, like this whole Marvel vs. DC stuff. Like, bro, we knew this was coming. Like, I did a little video on that. I think Mikey's gonna cover that.
Yep, I am gonna cover it. Yep.
Yeah, we're gonna have fun with that. But no one's surprised. No one's surprised with Gunn. The tone. You saw the Blue Beetle trailer. It's cool, but and then the Shazam film. You see the tone they're going for. And then some people that I've talked to that seen Aquaman 2, a screening, it's the same tone, it's the same feeling going into DCU. So multiple people I've talked to for Aquaman. So we know what Gunn's doing. So I'm just I'll cover it. We'll leave it over there, right? But it's about the cell movement, Sky, and what you've been doing with that. That's the alternative. We know they're open for business now. The DOJ is investigating WBD money issues and poor workplace environment and firing. Like, it's a lot of stuff going on because it's leading up to the eventual sale of Warner's, to Comcast. Long story. We've been covering this for a couple of years, so I'm totally on. I'm on board with the cell movement's doing because that's the angle. That's the alternative. And so my energy, like I said, with the full circle, and we're going to make sure cells represented there later this month as well, too. So exciting end of the month coming up, y'all. Very exciting. I can't wait. Can't wait for y'all to find out everything going on.
Yeah. Because it's a lot of surprises and hoopla and all that stuff that's going to be happening. Theatricality. Against the uninitiated.
In Southern California at the end of this month. If you local, Still Nation, hit me up. I'm just saying, it's going down. It's going down. End of this month.
Right. We got the Creed saying, will we be live streaming from the meetup? I don't know.
I will. Yeah, I'm gonna let you know right now.
Who knows? You know what I'm saying?
It's going down.
I will.
Right. Hey, much love to all y'all. Look, thank you, Seal, for coming through, man. It's always a pleasure. Right. Oh yeah, Griff Champ. You know what I'm saying? For sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, look. Griff them all, big homie. You know what I'm saying? Look, next I want to go to Leon. You know what I'm saying? I want to get your last thoughts on everything, bro. Just everything that we kind of talked about tonight. Go ahead and sum it up, and also your thoughts about what we got coming on in the near future with full circle and everything like that.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out to everybody on the panel. This is a legendary panel. this panel represents a lot historically about this fandom. You know, from Sil Abdul to Mikey Sutton to Peely. You know, three of y'all held it down. You know, kept us up and kept us informed. You know, and I'm honored to be here. And you know, who knows? Who knows what'll happen in the future towards the end of the month? You know, I don't know. Who knows?
We get wacky.
You know, might get a little nuts. Come on,
Let's get nuts. Let's get
you know. So yeah, everybody just be on the lookout and keep those eye emojis peered towards the end of the month in the future during that week, because a couple things might drop. Hints, right? I wish I could say more, but I just want to keep y'all in the dark on purpose.
Real quick, Mikey, do you see in the chat they talking about Hamada burgers and they say Gunn fried chicken? Like, I'm just saying, that makes stick. That makes stick, bro.
Perfection.
There's your happy meal right there, man.
Perfection. Hamada burgers.
Gun fried chicken, man. It makes perfect sense.
Gun
now.
fried chicken. The Gun see you, or you get gun fried chicken. Yeah.
This man, for no reason.
For no reason, bro. He's like, "Can I live?" They're like, man,
we didn't go deeper now. We got Peely up here. This is the Go Deep
right.
podcast.
Right.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Programming. That's not what's going on.
Nah, it's Sky's show again. It was Peely's for a little bit now. It's Sky's. Peely was about to go deep, bro. We're about to go deep.
Yo, man, people.
See, the betas don't have this much fun. That's why they're so jealous of us, you know.
Right.
Oh, and if they think this is fun, I'm gonna hint again, man. towards the end of the month, man. Just save the date. Save the date,
Really?
man. You know. But anyway, just about this stream once again. This was incredible. I think we gave a lot of good information on so many different levels, and I know it might be a little hard to digest or maybe difficult to read, but you know, just watch it again, you know, break it down, dissect it. The takeaway is, though, we saw this coming a mile away. It's been years in the making, whether purposefully or not. DC versus Marvel is probably inevitable, and the other thing that is definitely inevitable is #Cell. The movement of #Cell with the brilliant idea from Skywalker's Jedi is the way. It's the only path right now to entertainment that you all love in a cinematic, epic fashion. Because if you're sitting around waiting for WB or WBD and DC Studios to give you something other than a KFC bucket, then you're looking towards the wrong direction. Keep focusing your passion. Keep focusing your messaging, and keep your hope towards #Sell DSJ to Netflix and #Sell Snyderverse to Netflix, because I just wouldn't be surprised if we won this thing. You know, I can't wait to see what happens after Full Circle. I can't wait to see what happens during Full Circle.
I can't wait.
Yeah, this is probably the most difficult time for me because y'all know I like to keep a secret or two, but like for some reason I just feel like a volcano, you know. But I'm not gonna sacrifice any virgins on the volcano yet, but they will be sacrificed at the end of the month. Full circle, baby. Syndicate Network, yes sir. Syndicate Network, Sil Nation. You know what I'm saying? Cool Table Mikey verse.
Exactly.
And for now, all we'll say is thank you, Sil, for being a representative, and whoever can join you. You know what I'm saying? We'll leave it at that for now.
Y'all hit me up. You local folks, we gotta take it. People still reaching out to me. You know what I'm saying? They're like, yo, I didn't know y'all was doing the meetup. Hit me up. Any means that you have in social media. It's going down, man. Full circle. We doing it.
Yeah.
The Will Rollins, if Will Rollins catches, well, he's coming out there as well too. Come on now, that's gonna be powerful right there.
Yeah, man.
For sure. I'm super excited. Thanks, Leon, for coming on the platform and for giving your wise words as always. Next, the homie
Absolutely.
Peely, yo. Peely was the special guest of the night. It's always dope having you over here, getting to hear your wise words, man. There's been so many things that you've kind of prophesized that have come into fruition. And so when this was one of them, I just kind of had to make sure that I got you on here and got your take. So what's your final thoughts on everything as we close on out, and your thoughts about the next couple weeks and what we got coming with full circle?
Man, first I just got to show y'all appreciation again, man. I appreciate y'all for inviting me on the show, getting this dope ass panel. I can't get Seal on my show for nothing. Nah.
You already know, bro.
I'm joking, bro.
I know, you already know.
Yeah, I'm just saying, man. I appreciate this panel, man. Y'all boys some heavy hitters, man, and y'all seem like y'all like me too. So fuck it, man. I think this is my first or second time on the panel with Mikey, so I got to shout him out too, man.
Hey, thanks, man. Great being here with you.
Yeah, definitely, man. Big shout out, man. I hear a lot about.
I didn't even know you had a channel, dude. I had no idea you had a channel.
Oh yeah, nah. Peely was Morpheus, yo. Peely is Morpheus. 100%.
I want to check it out.
He said, "What if I told you it wasn't a fandom?" I was like, "Oh shit!"
Right? What if I told you that this wasn't a fandom? Like 100%. He was, bro. That was one of the first things. Hold on. Look, that's one of the first things Peely fucking said to me. He was like, "Yo, bro, this ain't no Zack Snyder fan club, bro." He's like, "This ain't no fucking Zack Snyder fan club."
It's bigger than
I was
that.
like,
Bigger than that.
I was like, "What? It's not a fan club. I thought we was just trying to get the movies." He's like, "Nah, bro, this ain't that."
I used to see people try to hate on this man on Twitter, and I was like, huh? And I just started just DMing him on my own. Asking him little questions, man. And I could tell the type of cat he was, so I wasn't really trying to make him feel weird. I was just like, I need to know a couple of things because this don't look right. And he, occasionally Peter would say something, occasionally he wouldn't. I was just like, I get it. I always respected that. You know what I'm saying?
I just didn't know, because everybody.
I dig it. I get it.
So people just DM me for just dumb shit. But at first, I didn't know I was you. I think you had two different names or two.
No, it was two different logos. I had my original red and blue,
right,
and then I switched to this one when Rebel Moon was coming through. When I had the red and blue one, I don't think we really knew each other that well.
Right.
And I used to DM you sometimes. This was around the time when when back in the film gob era where we were all cool, everybody was still cool, but I don't know what the hell happened. But anyway, that's neither here nor there.
And then I remember Skywalker was telling me about you. He was like, "Yo, I got these other guys I want to bring in the room, but I only want to do it if you say yes." And there was you, Austin, Lobo.
Yeah.
And
Lobo.
Yeah, I think that was it.
Necron,
yeah, that was it.
But I remember when I saw you in the chat room, I was like, "Oh shit, I've been talking to this dude already." I know.
Yeah, I was about to say because by then me and you had already knew each other. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool there. But yeah, man, I appreciate all of y'all, man. Y'all are really the epitome of what we should have been doing forever. So I think if y'all keep having the heavy hitters back y'all up, don't worry about what everybody else is doing. Film gob, film junkie, and none of them boys. Y'all just stay on this path, and y'all gonna get it. We're gonna get everything we want. I firmly believe that we're gonna get everything we want. It's just a matter of time. We're just way too big, bro. To not get it.
You will.
Yeah.
For sure. He said
you will.
For sure, right?
It's not a question of if, it's a question of when.
Exactly. I agree with him.
Do they sell? You will.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant, man.
Yo, Nah, I've been a huge proponent of Peely and his platform and what he does. That's why, when I had the opportunity in that interview, I had to make sure that, the people knew. Because, like, Peely, the streets don't know, yo. Like, I be saying this in, like, amongst my circles, but it's like, I'll say it on stream like it's true, yo. Like, I don't think Release the Snyder Cut would have been successful if it would have not have been for your efforts, yo. That's real talk. Like, you know what I'm saying? This man was one of the key figures in that whole thing, yo.
Awesome.
100%.
Streets know, Sky. I don't mean to correct the streets.
Hell
know.
yeah, the streets know.
Some just don't want to acknowledge it. Yeah, the streets.
Yeah,
I was just about to say that, Sil. Whether they like it or not, they know Peely was the ace. That get out of here, bro.
Peely was the ace in the hole, 100%, right? And so with this new thing that we've been doing, we had to make sure that, you know what I'm saying, like the homie got some acknowledgement because, he did give me that idea to go to Stone Quarry, 100%. Like he 100% gave me that idea through.
Yeah.
He's like, yo, like, why don't you just go down there? Like, you live in LA, like, just go. And I was like, oh shit, like, right. Like, let's go. Right. And so, nah, man, I will always be a huge advocate for you and your message and all that, man. It's super dope. And I relish the opportunity to have you on the panel, bro. So I don't take this for granted, and much love and appreciation for you, big dog. Real talk.
Yeah, bro. You the ace in the hole now, bro. And I seen it from the jump. As soon as you were like, yo, I'm gonna interview you, I said, all right, let me go watch your podcast first, because I didn't know what I was gonna get myself into. And I saw all those people on there from that I was beefing with. I was like, oh shit, what is this dude doing? Because
that's what I be saying. Peely's Morpheus. He's the one that pulled me out the Matrix, yo, 100%. Like,
so
red pill.
What's gonna happen? And when I got on your show, bro, everything changed. You know how that shit happened. Everything fucking changed in this movement, bro. Just from me getting on that show. And from then on, I think that hate, what they were given, it empowered you. But here's what it did even better. You know how God works? Like the asshole laughing at you is laugh now and cry later. You know what I mean?
Yep, exactly.
You gotta know you're gonna make them cry later. And I know that. They know that. So at that time, bro, you walk right through that shit, just like I would. Like all that hate on Twitter or whatever, bro. I didn't even look at them boy shit. I don't watch none of their podcasts, I only look at my timeline.
Facts.
I highlight my name and I go look at people talking. I don't know what's going on out there like that. So when I saw you just maneuvered through that shit so perfectly, bro. So I was like, bro, this dude is Neo. If y'all call me Morpheus, he's Neo. So it was like, bro, it was the only thing to do. And and also Dill and Mikey, y'all are just as instrumental. And I say this all the time.
Thank you so much.
Because the movement was dark without y'all too. The movement, it's no movement without y'all too. Because it was, you remember like the Move On crowd, or when we got the movie out, it was like, all right, we did it. Let's go home and enjoy the movie. Y'all too was like, nah, bro, that ain't it. It ain't over. We got more to do. And that turned into Skywalker. But if it wasn't for y'all, it wouldn't be Skywalker right there. So if I was pivotal in anything, y'all two were definitely pivotal after.
Shout out to Peely real quick, because that's what it's about, the moment, right? Like, sometimes you don't realize the moment in real time. That's why after the fact, people saying, yo, like, me and Mikey, we did Rogues, we was doing, I see what we did now. In real time, I didn't get it. But Peely said something in the Watchmen chat. He was like, yo, like, Sky's like, we gotta protect Sky. Y'all gotta protect, he's the one right now. I was like, okay, like, that's why you see everything going on with Cell right now. Like, I'm like, this is Sky's moment. This is
Right.
definitely
It
Sky's
is.
moment, and like we
Yeah.
support it, man. We support it.
I agree. Especially after I saw that article the other day. You know, I was like, oh, look at this man. Because we talked about that shit, bro. I said, listen, here's what I told him. Listen, I said, bro, go down there with a poster and your costume, and somebody's going to write about it. No matter what, it's going to happen. He was like, bro, you're right. That was it. We left the conversation like that. And the next thing y'all know, he did it. He brought that shit into fruition. And somebody wrote about it exactly like we talked about. And now it's just like, what's next? Because now the eyes are on you. But you got it better than we did it, bro. You got no fighting, no tagging, no bullshit, no tagging, no, you know, we didn't do none of that. We were all out, bitch, fuck you on Twitter, bro.
I got so many enemies on Twitter, bro. I got so many.
Blue check, politics, whoever, bro. That's what that's our downfall too, you know, because then they turn that against us. Oh, they're so toxic and blah blah blah. But now they can't say that to y'all. They can't throw that spear at y'all because y'all are clean as fuck. Even though y'all a little toxic too, but y'all clean as fuck, bro. That's what I like it, bro. And it's like I tell my kids this. I was telling Kimora this. Kimora's now 16. Kimora started in this shit when she was like 11 or whatever. But now I'm telling her about, you know, going to college and shit like that. I was like, we just had a shooting at the beach on senior cut day where a lot of high school students cut school and go to the beach. 6 people just got shot in one of our pristine beaches. So I was talking to Kimora because back in the day, I used to be at shit like that, you know, with people shooting guns and this, that, other. But seeing that now, I told Kimora, I said, Kimora, you can't never be at shit like this. You can't never be in this mix. You got to stay clean and you're going to win, you know? It's the same shit I say to y'all. Stay clean and y'all going to win because the people that's going to be throwing the dirt and shit, it's going to be obvious they're throwing dirt because that's against y'all's rules. You know what I mean? So it ain't y'all doing it. You know, that's the thing about it, bro. So stay clean, bro. In the military, when they're driving or whatever, you know, like when you're out, they'll drive faster because if anybody following, you know that dude ain't supposed to be here. You know what I mean? The same way y'all saying stay clean, don't fight this, that, or other. So the guy fighting, you know he ain't supposed to be here. You see what I'm saying? It's that obvious. Back in the day, we didn't know who wasn't supposed to be here because we was all dirty, bro. You know? And that's why I love it.
That last washroom room, oh man, that was
man, bro. I was so mad in that shit every day. I'd be like, bro, what the fuck are y'all talking about, bro? Like, why are you even how did you wake up in the morning and try to trigger 35 people, bro? Why did you do that? We got better shit to do. But y'all, I can go in this room, bro. I don't even know what to say sometime in the new Watchmen chat because y'all did everything.
Billy's coming there and be like, hey, what's up? Like, fuck y'all.
I just come in there and be like, hey, look at this girl. Man. Fuck y'all. Great conversation. I'm out. For like 1 second. Y'all done did everything, bro. Like, oh, shit, bro. I love this shit. I don't got to wait for fucking podcast. I don't got to do nothing, bro. I love this shit. Y'all keep it up. Mikey, I appreciate everything you're doing, man.
Thank you, buddy.
Brad, I love what y'all boys doing, man. Just keep it up, man. And thanks for having me on the podcast, bro.
For sure, yo. You already know it's much love for Peely Swain around here, and that will continue to be the case moving forward, right? So, moving on, Mikey. I know you wanted to come on and get some words.
Yeah, get some words before we go into the after. Yeah. Before we get to the after party. It's completely innocent talk, but anyway, I want to say that one of the greatest moments in my life, looking back on it now, at the time, as Silabdul would openly say, I seemed bored at the time. I was the one who scooped the Snyder Cut exactly when it was going to be shown. the same month that it was told to Zack Snyder that it was happening. I got the scoop like probably like a day later after he was told. And I dropped it in the most boring way possible, the most dull scoop I ever written, like no emotion whatsoever. Because I was not into Snyder until I saw the Snyder cut. That's when I'm like, holy shit, this is fucking amazing, you know? I went and saw the Ultimate Edition of BBS, was blown away. Then I went back and saw Man of Steel again, because I saw it in the theater when it first came out. I'm a Christopher Reeve all the way. But when I saw Snyder Cut, I went back to Man of Steel, I understood what Zack Snyder stood for and everything that he was trying to do. I finally got it. Because he created a Superman that was not for my generation, it's for a younger generation that would be more relatable to his character. And I remembered what I was like as a kid, as a teenager, this angst-ridden teenager. I would have loved Man of Steel. If that had come out when I was 16, 17, I would have loved it. But it came out when I was in my 40s. I'm all nostalgic, thinking about the 80s, and not thinking about, that when I was a kid and being all emo and everything, you know what I mean? But I got what he was trying to do, and I became a fan. It's gotten to the point now where I'm no longer considered the MCU guy. I was a Spider guy. I scooped Spider-Gate. I was all Spider-Man MCU. My MCU articles don't get that many views anymore. Oh, you're that Snyder cultist guy now, Like we got this covered, said that years ago, of all people, we got this covered trying to discredit me, like, well, he's a Snyder cultist, he's a card-carrying Snyder cultist, so his Snyder scoops are dubious. It's just hysterical. Just want to say, guys, it's not a question of if, it's a question of when. And you know what? The more progress you guys make, the more the betas are gonna bark, because they don't want this to happen at all, right?
Right.
And the key to all this, the person who brings a new hope, his name is Skywalker. How fitting is that, right? Peely, great seeing you here. Sil, let's bring back Scoop Center, dude. Let's do it. Let's bring it back. Let's go full circle,
back.
man.
Scoop Center's coming back.
Full circle.
We'll do Rose.
Yes.
We'll do both. We'll do Rose and Scoops.
Yeah,
I'll
Rose,
make a time.
yeah.
I'll make a time for you,
Both.
buddy. I'll make a time for all the people out there who desperately need our voices now. Because look, we're coming home. Okay, coming home.
I'm just saying. I just see other scoops. They you know what I'm saying? They got a little emboldened when I was like, yo, we're gonna kind of fall back for a minute after the whole James Gunn. They thinking they dropping like real. I'm like, hold up, that's Scoop Center. Y'all trying to recreate. We're gonna bring this on back. You know what I'm saying?
Bring it
don't
back.
Forget the originator now. Yeah,
come on. You can't. Take what you and I had worked for so long, especially during
it's official. Yeah,
some pretty lean year we had there, man. I don't know how the hell we got. Actually, we're going through it now. but back then, though, we didn't have the Cell campaign back then. I mean, we were literally waiting for Hamaya to get fired, right?
Like count that down, yeah.
People throwing shit at us, so he's not gonna get fired. The Batman's gonna save his job. Well, Sarnoff's not gonna get fired. She's too valuable for that. So no one's gonna fire Emmerich. All the fuckers were gone, man.
People said Clapback Saturday's not coming back. That's like a time capsule. That's a time capsule for y'all. I said everything I need to say. Clapback Saturday.
Well, we don't need we don't need to clap back anymore. We got a TV show. But anyway.
I mean everything I said, like
those videos still up. Those videos still up. 100%.
Yeah. Still up there.
So I want to say to anybody watching who's really annoyed that Skywalker's getting all this coverage. Sorry, not sorry. There's more coverage for Sky coming.
Damn right.
Like coverage he doesn't know that I'm working on behind the scenes. I'm working on tremendous coverage for Sky. He has no idea what's coming yet. Well, at the after party, he'll hear some things, but you guys said that coverage for Dreamwalker, right? We got in variety, okay? So just say it.
Just the beginning. Just the beginning.
We're gonna have Dreamwalker shirts coming. I'm not even talking shit about this yet. Great for charity, and Sky and Still are going to be on the shirts, but we'll talk about it in the after party. But there is a lot more coverage coming. So if Sky is annoying you already, he's going to really annoy you in the next couple of months. Actually, the next fucking year, okay. And if Still's annoying you, I'm sorry.
Just stay mad, yeah. If I know, yeah. Just
get off social media.
Just stay mad out there. Yeah.
Like
you should know what I'm about by now.
Stay off social media, and 2 years from now, you might not want to watch streaming television ever again. If it's still,
if you know, you know. Oh, and when they do know, oh man.
What dreams may come.
What
dreams may come.
I'm not bragging here, man. It's a fact, okay? So I can say it.
I ain't ready.
And you know what the difference between a successful person and a failure is? A successful person will look out the window and say, "Hey, I love my Lamborghini. I love my Lamborghini." But a failure will say, "But your Lamborghini is used, though. It's not a new Lamborghini." You see a difference there? Because there are people who are going to nitpick and bitch and whine about what you have, but hot damn, wouldn't they want a piece of that too?
Yep. We call them haters.
There you go. Or betas.
Haters.
Facts.
Or
they look at a W and see two L's. It's weird.
Gun chicken customers. Thank you all for your support for Geekosity, Dreamwalker, and everybody here. Film Nation, Cool Table, Mikey Burst, you guys are all awesome. And we're going to win.
Yep.
Because, we don't play games.
Get y'all KFC buckets ready. Buckets ready.
That shit made me hungry, dog. I ain't even gonna lie, bro.
Bro, I'm about to order a Popeye's chicken sandwich, like right now. Like, oh God. DoorDash that shit. Oh God.
Yeah, be careful of DoorDash, so you don't know who might be delivering it.
Nah, luckily, we don't live in
the Uber man that dwells in the woods, huh? The Uber man who dwells in the woods, huh?
Uber man. Look, anyway, look.
Something like that. You guys
God. Thank you. Before I get myself in trouble.
There we go. There we go. KFCU. That's what it's about.
KFCU. Oh my God! Come on.
Okay, I'm gonna steal like I'll give you credit in the U7s. Oh my God, there it is again.
Yeah, that's the man that made this meme right here.
Somebody should put a roach in that shit.
Man, if you want to go on a diet, just look at this. You will not eat again if you see this.
Put a roach.
Hey, Marcus, you got to put a U at the bottom of that now, man. On that meme, you just got to make it official. Right. KFCU, baby. Yes, sir.
KFCU.
Yeah, man.
Yo,
I heard that's Hardcore's favorite meal.
Oh my God! Come on, yo.
Yo, let me ask y'all this: what's up with Soggy and them?
No, hey, look. Look, Mikey, thanks for coming on. I appreciate you. I appreciate you stopping by, bro.
Up there.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, right. Hey, we about to we about to get on out of here, yo. I want to thank the entire panel for being here. I want to thank the chat for showing up. This has been a dope stream. I fucking knew it was gonna be dope. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was trying to put this shit together, and it really didn't disappoint. Much love to each and every one of y'all. Just there's a lot to break down in this stream. There's a lot to digest. So make sure y'all go back and watch this thing over again, because you might not be able to pick it all up in one go. Right? 100%. So much love to all y'all, yo. From me and the entire panel. We about to get on up out of here. We'll see y'all next time. Peace.
Bang.